Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of BlakeCNFT. This is the weekly live stream CNFT market update where we talk about all the insane news that's been going on this last week. And we have Daily Chronicles, Chronic and Chrissy with us this evening. Welcome them to the show. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having us, Blake.
Thank you for having us. It's a pleasure.
Excited to be here.
Yeah. Well, we've got lots of stuff to talk about, as I've already said. Alberto, welcome in. Freedom 35ers, let's go. Can't wait for another market update. Shout out to Chronic and Chrissy.
Hey,
love
guys.
from the Freedom 35ers team. Cloud9 NFT, let's go. Alberto, thanks for joining in right off the bat. So while people are kind of coming in, we can kind of shout you guys out for a little bit. So this is the Daily Chronicles YouTube channel. Tell us how you got started, when you got started, and kind of starting your love for Cardano NFTs.
Absolutely. First, just really quick, I'll let Veve is, I always forget that, right? The Veve, she bought, we got stuff like Argon Q, not Argon. Anyways, that introduced us to the NFTs, man. We've been in Cardano since 9 cents for like 3 years, man. So just been following the ecosystem, following the YouTubers like yourself and Dan, as far as just the coin and just the technical analysis aspect of it. And we were in a lot of other coins. We're watching a lot of Ethereum NFT content like Elio Trades and such, right?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't get it, Blake, right? We didn't get it until Sunday Swap was about to come out, right? To where we can move our ADA off of a centralized exchange, right? That's what really made us look, because it kind of intimidated me, right? We were in Ethereum way early and got some .crypto domain names, but gas fees terrified me. A couple of failed transactions and only had like 6 ETH back then, but that was when CryptoPunks was 1 ETH. It was at $300. So
right, yeah,
it was there. It just couldn't partake. So anyways, yeah, man, just October came in and we transferred our ADA and just jumped in head first, right? Block Owls was like right when I moved it over. So jumped into an amazing project. And Chill Kongs, we minted ADA Ape Club and such. And then, when you start winning on projects, it was like, and coming from the stock market that, been having our money in, it's really very similar, right? And we're actually we have the edge in this game. So
yeah,
why not, use it to our advantage?
Yeah. And yeah, it really helps when you do Block Owls, Chilled Kongs, and ADA Ape Society. So like you said, it's good to get a win. Yeah.
Equine,
yeah. Well, yeah, and what got her in, Blake, was Equine.
Yeah, so I came in December. What was that? December 18th. That minted Equine. I remember exactly when it happened. He was just like, "Come in here," because he was trying to explain to me all about the NFTs. We bought off of Vivi before, and I thought it was cool that you could put them in the picture with you, but I really didn't think anything else about him.
Right.
So then he said, "Come read this white paper." And I'm like, "What's a white paper?" But, but Equine has the best. I mean, a great explanation. I sat and read it, and immediately I said, how can we get into this project? I'm all about horses, and the racing and breeding aspect just caught me really well and got me to understand utility immediately. And so we minted. I got a rose gray off the bat, which we looked up, and it was a little bit more of a rare color. So we thought rare colors are where it's at. That's what got us going. And so
do you know what the percentage on that is?
It's on NFT Jam. They have like 300 of them. So it's not the rares. But it might be 3%, Blake. But we got stuff like we went even rarer. We got
went
like
rarer.
The 0.01%.
Yeah, it kind of like through. Yes, when we saw rose gray, we were like, "Wait a second, it's not a brown horse." Yeah. Oh, they have other colors. Oh, that kind of like got our brain into realizing different rarities and different colors, and so we went to that immediately. And from then on, he showed me Chilled Kongs on secondary, and it just kept taking off from then. We had been talking about doing a YouTube channel for a long time for different reasons, just because we just always thought we loved YouTube.
Family traveling.
Yeah, we thought family traveling, put things out there, just all different information we wanted to talk about. And after this NFT journey, CNFT journey, we've had we just kept saying, and we saw your channel, we saw so many amazing channels that we really wanted to get out there and just talk about Cardano, talk about crypto, talk about CNFTs. And his birthday, we finally just did it on March 1st. We said, we're doing it now because we are procrastination station. That's what we do. And finally we said, for your birthday, we're doing it. And we started then and now have just been going full force since. And it's amazing. The community is so welcoming. We're so thankful.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know, once you no, go ahead, Blake. Sorry.
Well, I was just going to say, I just posted the link. It's also in the description of the video, but in the chat is the link to their YouTube channel. So show them some love. They've got some great stuff on there. Also, this is Chronicles Twitter, also in the description. Getting close to that 2K followers mark, and Chrissy not far behind, 1947. So they're like, you guys are crazy. You're in Twitter Spaces all the time. I'm jealous of just you jumping in like you did the after party for the Clay Nation after the Clay Nation Twitter Space. So yeah,
that was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
That was so lucky. It was just a random thing that, you know, we felt like and of course, you know, how long can you keep Snoop and Charles and them on a Twitter space? But when it was cut short all of a sudden at an hour and they left, we were like, we have more to talk about. We want to experience this longer. And I was like, Chronic, open up a space. Well, Vince, I'm like, open up a space now. Let's talk about it. And just randomly, let's just talk about anything. Let's not record it. We thought it would be small. You know, we just thought it'd be something easy and quick with a couple friends who were on. And then Lena joined in and it just went crazy. It was cool. I wish we had it recorded. It was 5 hours long. 5 hours.
Wow, it went 5. Man.
5 hours. She was on for probably 2.5 hours. But man, it just was, those spaces are fun. They really are.
I mean, when you have 10, 15, 20, like literally everyone came, you seen it, Blake, you are there. I mean, literally 20 of the biggest projects around are in there, you know, talking and just listening to her and hearing her story and congratulating her. It was just it was a wonderful time. And I, you know, kind of bummed it wasn't recorded, you know, but hey, it is what it is. We all remember it. It was just a wonderful day for Cardano NFTs in general, right? And super bullish on Claymates after that.
So bullish. And she got to come in and really talk a lot more because she didn't get to talk a lot on the first one. You know, I mean, there were a lot of personalities in there and she wanted to let them speak for themselves. And so she got to come in there and just tell her story and more about it. So that was really amazing. Great. We're really thankful.
Yeah. All right. So if you guys have not been a part of these live streams, we love taking your comments. So if you have any questions or things you want to say or ask, you know, Chronic and Chrissy about, or, you know, we'll get into the top 10 here in a moment. But Cloud9 says, love equine. Can't wait to race and breed. Alfredo, love equine too. Freedom 35 or slacking. He said, I don't know how we weren't, but just subbed. So he's a little better late than never.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So subs coming in. Cloud9 says the after party was wild, quite an accomplishment. Congrats to you guys, and congrats to the Claymates on a successful Twitter space with Snoop Dogg, which is wild to say. It'd be more wild for her to be the host in that. Well, I mean Charles too. I mean Charles would be more crazy than Snoop Dogg, but at least for me.
Same here. I'm with you. I love Charles. I'm a Charles fanboy. I've been listening. I've been his like sub since he was like really small, like less than I want to say like 1,000. I could be wrong, but it was early in his journey, right? And then and that was the thing too. Like before I jump off, like we wanted to document our journey, kind of like you are, right? We've been investors. Like we had been in since 9 cents. Took all of our ADA out of staking, right? And you know, as it's gone down, we've multiplied our ADA, right? So I have no clue because it's all in NFTs, right? So why not document our journey and have a real life dude who's got real, not saying no one does, but like real skin in the game. And look, you're gonna document me winning or losing, and why not, right? So that was of the YouTube channel, and I got a lot of knowledge on it. To whereas like when you're in the coin game, you're still relying on a centralized finance to control everything, dude. They're manipulating the prices or algorithms, where here is people, I feel, more so than computers.
Yes.
That's definitely. But, you know.
So if you were, I mean, feel free to share as much as you want, but I'm just curious. Like, so you had Ethereum when it was really cheap. You had ADA when it was really cheap. So you had a pretty large stack of crypto, or did you kind of do? A lot of people, when I have them like, oh, I sold at the top, or I sold after 2017. You held it.
I'm a bag holder, bro. That's why when like they try not to, I'm like in a good and bad way, right? Because everything's got a double-edged sword.
Right.
I am an investor, and that's what we were taught, like, to hold to a 65. Right. I don't believe in that theory. That how many times the market's gonna crash on you. You need to learn to play the game. You're just gonna all you do is save 10% in the long run as an early gentleman. Okay, so like you're gonna get taxed eventually. So why not start playing with your money earlier? For one. But yeah, man, we invested, I had Bitcoin when it was I've been knowing about this since 2012. Like I've been deep into like all of that, just didn't buy it, right? Procrastinated. So anyways, got into Bitcoin at 8K. Ethereum was like 318 at the time. ADA was 9 cents. It went all the way down to 3. I was terrified, right? Because we lost 66% of my thing. But XRP was my first, it's still big. That's the only other holding right now I have. And it's a little Zilliqa, is XRP and ADA, right? But everything else, brother, I rode up to the top and I transferred the Bitcoin into ADA. It's a tweet. I think, look, I put it on there like way back when. That was the first time I really started tweeting in December.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Same as Chrissy, kind of just had a Twitter, Twitter account from like last January, didn't do anything with it. But yeah, man, just converted all my crypto, XLM, XRP, Zilliqa, VeChain, like all the coins that were winning. I was in like way early. Like I got into the bear market, right? Yeah. But then once Charles Hoskinson spoke, brother, all my ETH got sold. Everything got converted into NFTs once I realized the potential of what NFTs can do for you as far as a multiple of that. So yeah, man, everything is in Cardano, bro. That other than, like I said, XRP and a little Zilliqa, because I can't get it off the Atomic wallet right now because it's the pain,
Yeah.
You're probably in so many different wallets and exchanges and all kinds of stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah.
too many to know, but yeah, absolutely. But that's you dabble in everything, and that's how you learn, by failing and experiencing it. I don't like to speak on things I haven't done personally. Right. Because how can I know anything? I'm not, I don't hearsay, here.
And that's how I felt too. You mean, I was watching Space Buds and minting Cardano bits and stuff, but I never felt ready to like, I'm not the voice to like speak on this. So I, several months go by and looking at Twitter every day, watching Charles's videos every day and other people in the space. And then you get to a point where you're like, okay, but every single decision you make, and this might be helpful for people who are new and are like getting flooded, like drinking from a fire hose, they're like, I have no idea what the heck's going on. But like every little moment or every amount that you spend is a learning lesson, good or bad, and you make mistakes along the way. But I think you're better for it in the end, is that educational aspect. And then when the really big thing happens, or when Cardano NFTs jump into the mainstream, you're already ready. Boom. I know what Chilled Kongs are, know Clay Nation, know the founders, and you're already jumping ready to go instead of people having to come in and figure all that out.
Absolutely. Very true. And the transparency of the NFT market. You show me a CEO, let's go say ExxonMobil. You're going to get in touch with a CEO of this Twitter Spaces? No, because they're going to have 26,000 people in its plan. Mm-hmm. Look what we got now. Like any day, yo, Sergio, Ugly Bros, what's your mint price? You 600% in the last 4 months. Wow. And you're about to drop a new one for this. Like, why would you not? It's not inside or anything. It's just being knowledgeable and knowing the right people and asking the right questions. The point is, we can be transparent in this game. In centralized finance in the stock market, you have no clue what's going on.
Yep.
Fact. So why would you want your money when you don't know what's going on and you don't even know? If you don't care to learn, fine. You want someone to manage your money, fine. Just why don't you ask them what they're doing and managing to learn? Because you're gonna need to do it eventually for yourself. Right. Like that's it. Like teach your children, hopefully in schools they start teaching it, but we're definitely trying to teach it. And we see a lot of crypto people teaching their children and educating the youth on the potential of blockchain and owning your rights of everything that you do, especially with name, image, and likeness coming out for high school kids. You got 6-year-olds, $1 million contract, baby Gronk. Then you got all these high school kids, skipping high school to go to, to get millions of dollars. What are they going to do with that money? Are they fiscally responsible? That's what we teach people. And crypto is the starter because it's like games, you know, with images like they've been used to playing with Fortnite and computers, but then finances as well. So once they understand that, it's just like it's the bridge to the you know, the youth, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's really cool. Tin Fam says, "Who the f is Uncle Sam?" That's from the that's from the Twitter space with Snoop Dogg. He was
go read the Jekyll, the creature from Jekyll Island, and that'll give you your answer. Who the f is Uncle Sam? Right there.
Yeah.
The Federal Reserve is your answer, my guy.
For real.
Freedom 35er says, "Gotta ask what you guys think about Clay Nation's mint this weekend. The Bake Nation. Do you think the Clay floor will rise or correct after the sale?" We're gonna jump into that in just a second. Schultzy. Evening, everyone. How's it going? Good to see you in here. I'm late. What did I miss? Nothing. We're just chatting. We're having a good time. We're easing into the top 10. G Heaven says, "Are we still early in the CNFT space?" Yeah, very. I think we all can agree on that. Okay, so here we are, top 10 for the 7-day. We've got some insane percentages here. And it must have just reset because this was 2,000%. Like my thumbnail was actually real. 7-day volume.
Is that
Clay
real?
Nation was up 2,000%.
Wow.
Is that up though? I don't know if that's true. Let me pull up JPG while you're doing that as well, because I thought it was more like 32, huh? Sometimes it
lags. Something must be bugged out.
Yeah, see, open sometimes is it's sometimes lagging, brother.
Anyways, I think the floor prices are pretty accurate, but anyways, I have a screenshot just because I knew some people would be like, "You're clickbait," you know. No, it really was 2,000% on the 7-day volume. But yeah, I think we've all heard everything that's been going on with Clay Nation. Like I've already said, all the stuff is in the description if you want to follow along with where we're going to be going here this evening. But before the announcement, we were at a 1,300 floor and just absolutely skyrocketed. I had mentioned last week, because this was right before this was a few hours before I went live with Cardano Robin, and I just didn't have my ADA in the right wallet, or I would have just sniped one. I was doing the Aneta Angels. The epoch was ending that day, and they were having a little special deal. So I had it in a ledger, and like I wouldn't have been able to have time to switch it over. Also, Split World was minting. So I was like, man, but you know, you got to take them, and you can't control when they're going to do a Snoop Dogg announcement.
Right.
Exactly. That's the hardest part, when you don't have it in the right wallet.
I didn't have the funds neither. I looked at Good Charlotte and they were still 400 plus.
Yeah, I should have just jumped into Good Charlotte.
Yeah, I didn't have the right stuff neither, you know, but I did trade to get into an OG Clay, so we'll take it.
Yep. So let's see exactly where I wanted to take this. So you know the Twitter, the website. So the Clay Nation Snoop. So this was just a video. This was the promo. It's got 526,000 views now. That's crazy for a Twitter video. That thing traveled really well. Yes. Another person I wanted to shout out was our guy Jay Crypto. If you didn't see it, he recorded the Twitter space and he gave his thoughts on it, and you know, so you can go and check that out. That's in the description.
That was great idea.
He did the same with Taco Tuesday as well. So that's the new way to do it. Like, why not?
So smart. Yeah, so people can go listen and
doing your own spaces,
because people, you know, you miss it, or you know, you're at a meeting or whatever, like it's during the day, so you want to still catch what was said. So yeah, that was a good play on him, but you can check that out.
Gets in the jumbo on Twitter for sure.
What was your entry point?
This on OG Clays.
Yeah.
She got into Good Charlotte like at 240. Mm-hmm. I didn't, but you know, whatever. I should have
bought him one. I didn't. Yeah. I just got myself one.
I just traded. I traded a District 5. A District 5 land. I traded for an OG Clay with 8 eyes and a pipe and a rainbow shirt. So I'm happy with my purchase of it. Yeah, so it was just recent, like literally 2-3 days ago. I FOMO'd in, but I didn't buy it. I traded. That's it's good having that's the trade for. So it was literally a 60. I minted the D5, right? So it was 68 entry point. That's how I look at it. So
yeah, that's great.
But I still think 3,000. No, honestly, 3,000 Clay. You know, it might correct a little, but I can't see it going, you know, lower than 2,000 anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's never going to go back down below that pre-announcement level. The floor is already too. Yeah, there's no way.
Either way, I love it long term. I want skin in the game, and it's never leaving our wallets.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep,
I would agree.
I was actually, because I was going to kind of ask you guys what your investing strategy was, and I think you guys said, you're kind of looking the long-term way. You've got some stuff locked up that you're never going to sell, Claymates being one of those. And I'm just really slow. I don't know how else to say it. Like I told you that, like, I watched Space Buds all the way through, and I was like, I can't believe it's this expensive or whatever, all the things you say. And it like knocked me while it was made. And I was like, okay, like whatever, that's cool. Smart contract market, like all this stuff. And I'm like, you idiot, just get into this project. It's going to be solid. And so this is one of those moments where I should have gotten in earlier. Yeah. And this like knocks you over the head, and you're like, whenever you get a chance, this is time to enter next time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Either you dip your foot in. I jump full body, bro. That's what I do. And then sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but you learn.
Yep.
But then it gives you confidence to trust your gut, because your gut was right the whole time.
Yeah. Well, and I also saw the tweet like 3 minutes after it was made. So it was like, how much is this going to pump? And I completely underestimated how much it was going to pump.
I did.
But even with your Space Bud gut, purchase, like your intuition was right. You just didn't believe yourself. Like if you would have trusted your gut.
It's experience. Yeah. For sure.
If you have it, if you have the money, especially with the Space Bud mint or whatever, 58 or something, right?
Yeah, right.
1008. That's a different beast.
Yeah. So this is actually the initial tweet. So this is from November 8th of last year.
Wow.
And this was when Snoop Dogg had quote tweeted this little graphic of Snoop Dogg and said, looks rare. And that put everybody into like a crazy tailspin of like, oh my word, I can't believe he quote tweeted this. And I guess that was probably the initial conversation starter, because what they said in the Twitter space was actually Snoop reached out, or Champ, or, they reached out to Clay's.
And they did say November. You're right.
That's it.
They did say in November.
It was all put in motion from this. Like you said, that's unbelievable.
I didn't know that this happened.
Yep.
See, this was right before we've gotten in. We got in like in the 20th, like the 18th, the 20th of November. We missed this. And I believe November 18th, wasn't that Pavia second mint as well? Or something right there. So like we unfortunately missed a lot of amazing things like right before that.
This is funny, because this was actually like my first video, I think. So I did a feature. My formats were different, but I did a feature on this, and then that same week, Space Buds did an advertisement at Times Square. So that was like the two big news items, and so I did like a 5-minute or 8-minute video or something on those. But yeah, it's crazy. So that was cool to go back and be like, where I had to like go back and find it. I'm like, I'm gonna find this thing just to show people that this had been in motion from all the way back in November. We just didn't know. It wasn't like, hey, they're going to partner. It was just it was on his radar at that point.
Yeah.
And Blake, look at the likes and the retweets in comparison to now. You know what I mean? Literally, dude, it shows you how far we come. Look at that, dude.
11,000 likes, 318,000 views. But yeah, it was absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe the same, but I think it would be more the one that happened the other day.
No, it was much more the other one. So.
That's fire.
It's wild.
That's a sick video. I love the animation.
It's a cool little animation.
And anyone who can piece the puzzles together, bro, they were dropping breadcrumbs, dude. Like, it should have made,
She said it was a hard secret to keep. Yeah. We didn't catch on.
Unbelievable.
Let's see what people are talking about. So Relic is in here. Relic, welcome.
Hey,
thanks for coming in. Schultze says, remember a couple weeks ago I said I told you that clays were going to stick around 1,208 a floor for the foreseeable future. Haha, wow, I was wrong.
Wrong.
I need to stitch all the times in my live streams where I said I need to buy a clay. I bet it would be, like 8 to 10 different clips of me being like, yeah, I should buy a clay, and like the date timestamps.
Yes.
Oh man. Well said, Chronic. I forget what you said, but well said, Chronic. Good job.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. I say,
yeah.
Just one thing might be right now.
Okay. The next thing I wanted to go over was, so they updated their clay paper.
Yes.
So this is version 3 or 4. It's the clay paper light. So this is in the description as well, and you can read through this. and it's pretty similar to what they had before. They just keep updating it. This is all the same. The 3D models are available, so if you do have a Clay or an OG or a good Charlotte, you can go to this web interface and connect your Nami or Eternal, which was previously named CC Vault. This is a little information about the Clayverse called the Sonic Village, and then the Underworld is where the GCs will be, and then Bake Nation, which is the partnership with Snoop. They talk about their land sale. So there's 3 different types of pitches: small, medium, large. And then so the Sonic Village. So then they give information about what's coming up on the 10th of April. So 3 days away. This is going to be a 1-to-1 for OG Clays, 100 ADA, small, medium, or large, allocated at random. If you get a large, oh my word, that would be insane. What's included? It tells you what's included. So this is the Underworld for good Charlotte holders, the 100 ADA as well, small, medium, large. And so this is the public mint. So if you don't have a Clay like me, you can join in the public mint. There'll be 11,111 of the Baked Nation. So what's included? A land pitch represented by an NFT. They'll be uniquely numbered. Each land pitch is paired with one of 3 collectible Clay animations of Snoop and Champ. Pitches will be customizable. A one-off Clay token allocation from at May, or when May comes around. Amount is to be announced. But what you can do is you can register your wallet here. So if you hit this link, it takes you to this open registration. So what you'll need to do is you'll copy and paste your ADA wallet address. I don't think you can do handles, so just do your wallet address. Type that you're not a robot. How many plots do you want to buy? And then, I mean, if you're a Clay Nation holder, you can also register. But if you don't have one, you can register for the public mint. I put all of my addresses in there, but then they also said that they were frowning upon that. So I don't know. I'm just trying to get some land. So I'm doing what I can out here. But this is where you need to go. And this is in the baked-reg register. So make sure that you get into this lottery system, because if you don't enter here, there's no chance that you're going to win. And if you're going to want one of these, either to do the quick flip, because they're going to go for more than 100 ADA. Well, actually, this baked sale is 175, and this is what Freedom 35ers were talking about earlier. What are your thoughts on this being 175 as opposed to the other ones being 100?
I love it, and that's what I wanted to talk with you about, because I asked, I DM'd Lena and Izzy to make sure, because we're going to make a video as well. What do you see? So, well, you're getting the animation. If you see, you get an animation of Snoop, Champ, and Charles, right, with the 175. Whereas the other ones, you're just going to get the land. From what I am taking out of that, that's what I wanted to speak with you about. And how do you interpret this? You're not getting the pit, you're not getting the tent or the coin until May, right? You're just getting the land, you're just getting the underground. But if you go down to the Clay Nation, it looks like you're gonna get something else, right? In addition.
Right. Well, not only do you get the collectible animation,
right,
you also get ownership of commercial, like some of Snoop's music.
That's
wow.
so,
at least parts of I don't know if it's a full song or like a 30-second clip or 15 or whatever, but you can then like Snoop's vocals will be like in a song that you would want to do, or if you want to put it on YouTube, you wouldn't get DCMA'd or whatever. So that does make a big difference. And honestly, like they could almost charge whatever they want. I mean,
I think Blake also, I think it's just like, it may just be the instrumentals. Remember, he even mentioned that on the thing. So then you can go in and make your own track and then send it to him. And if you pass his ear test, right, then he said he'll put you on, right? That's like he said, he wants to empower people. So I hope it's more like, throw like a beat, you know what I mean? Like rather than some vote, but whatever it is, I think it's fairly priced. Christy still needs to do hers for her GC. I did mine.
Yeah, you reminded me.
I put 5.
I need to do it.
I just don't have the liquidity, dude. I wish I could do 10, but if they said even if you put 10, you might only get 1 or 2. So I'd be happy to mint 1.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's kind of hard to read, but if you can, I don't know if I can zoom that in or not. Oh yeah, you can. So if you request 5, you could still only get 1 or 2.
Right.
So
that's exactly why I did it. And I'll be happy with just 1 or 2 and I'll make it happen. You know? But I definitely mint everything I could, because this is one I believe in long haul, right?
Yep. What do you think? This is just, not financial advice, but just what do you think about the floors afterward?
Yeah.
I definitely answer.
Yes.
I think they're gonna hold. Like I said, all right. So right now it's 2760. Like it's not gonna reduce back to 1350. There's no way. I can't see it going under 2000 again. I think it's gonna hold on over 2500. Not financial advice, but I don't care who's losing, who's giving up their clays. I know I'm not. She's not.
Right.
And I don't think it's gonna affect like anything else, because the Bake Nation is like something totally different in itself, right? You're getting exclusive rights to, the IP of the music and any other things they drop, right? And it's like a membership with Snoop, because it's going to be something different, right? Like you go to a party, it might be a total different party, right? Because you're a whole different village, So I want skin in all three games, man, and that's the easiest entry point, right? 175, you get all of that love. Shoot, you got to try.
Yeah. I mean, I think all of it is great additional capital for them to utilize. So whatever, all the money that's going to come from this land sale is, looking at what Lena and them have already done. They're going to invest it right back into the project to make it that much better for the next whatever announcement they have coming up.
Question for you, host. If you wouldn't mind, did you own a clay? Because I heard some doubt, like you didn't buy, or you wanted to buy more, or you didn't get one.
No, I didn't buy at all.
Okay,
but
oh no, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say my story's a little bit different. So I got into ADA at 30 cents, and that was a small portion in January of 21. And then I kept buying as it was going up. So like 50 cents, 60, 75, 80. I was like, okay, this is moving. And so I don't have a lot to begin with. And then obviously a good portion is locked into my space bud, because so the decision was I'm going to buy a clay. And then it was, if I'm going to buy a clay, let's just go for the bud. And then it wasn't just a floor bud, it was the start. So I did some mental leaps there, but I decided between those two, and clays were at 900 at the time and buds were at 3,300 floor. So it was a great time to buy either one. Right. But clays have much more upside. Well, at least at 900 price point compared to 3,300. But yeah, that's what I locked in, but I don't have an OG clay. Now I do think that now that the price is baked in, pun intended. So when these pitches sell, there could be a drop off, because that has been in the light paper for a while. The Village, that's been talked about for a few months now. If you've been following that project, you knew that was going to be happening. So you could, and the 3D models. I don't know if you'll probably switch, like the ownership will change from person to person after if you sold it. So I do think that the clay mates could drop. It won't go back to pre-announcement. I don't think it'll go below 2.
I don't think it will either.
But
2,200.
Yeah, it's just tough. But you got to remember too, it depends on how they do the clay token, right? They're not saying like snapshots to 8 to 10. That's just for the 1-to-1 mint. If they were smart, delist, like the Ape Society, delist for this the next amount of time, and then we'll drop them clay tokens when the time comes. That would be the best strategic move for the whole community, right? Like, but I also think too, Blake, like a lot of new people are buying into clays, bro. Why would they pay
100%
down? You know what I mean? So,
but a lot of people were also dumping because they were afraid and doing dumb stuff. So there, people, I don't know. I think it was DJ and Travis. He was posting like somebody bought at 34, and then they like sold it. Panic sold 20 minutes later at 2,800, and it's like, it was really funny.
Yeah. So it looks like how many we have, and it's fairly often 5.
You got 3 to a 29.50 floor.
See, I think this is where the open CNFT is getting weird, because this was 2 hours. I know they're getting bought much faster than 2 hours ago.
Yeah,
no, they got like 6.
I was wondering how often, because that'll show, afterward as well as how much we think the floor is going to drop.
Yeah, I mean, right now they have like 6 or 8 to 3,000 floors, and it is saying on JPG as well that there's only 2 hours, but they all like at 3,000, 29.50, 28.50. Again, it doesn't matter to me. It's not even the point, dude. Like, the point is, if you buy in a clay, it's not to flip. What are you gonna make? 600 ADA?
No, it's not.
You're gonna go from 2,800 to 34. What are you doing? Like, go buy something cheaper for that. Why you risk reward? That's how I do things. Like, this is a hold. If you don't want to get in now, you're FOMOing in to make sure you have it like you did with a bud. Like, you were smart, right? Because it went to 23, 27, right? 27, 23, 22. that was the perfect entry point, but you made sure to have one, dude. That's just what you do. Like you insured your bag and you're holding it.
Yep.
Facts, you know what I mean?
For sure. Let's see what's going on. Reddick is in here.
My
Reddick,
man,
good to see you.
Rick.
what up?
Yeah.
Buddy right there.
Ooh, G Heaven with the $1 million question. At what point does an NFT become a blue chip?
Oh, I love that.
That's a
one.
great question.
I've been arguing in Rats Dow for like 4 months on that, Blake. I know you've seen that. I've been trying to get him to buy Boss Cats. I tried to get him to buy Ape Society at 300-400. You know what I mean? Chilled Combs the first time. Aquine they did, but I mean,
yeah, they did.
You gotta have some foresight. Jeez, like you can't be like, oh no, they're big now. Let's get 6 of them now. You could add 26, and then whatever. So yeah, man, like blue chip is anything, in my opinion, that has a wonderful community, has been around for a couple months, dude. Like if Ape Society is a blue chip, I don't care what anyone says right now. Like they're 10 million in ADA right now, right? And they ain't going nowhere. So I think it's just man, it has to have maybe. It's such a terrible.
I feel like you have to hit.
There's no definition. That's the thing. It's too slippery.
It's slippery.
It's
dude.
hard to tell. Is it all about sales? Is it all about?
It's not sales because I think Ugly Bros and stuff is the OG, and they only had 1,000. So it's not. It's all relative to. Do you believe in the project? Do you believe in the founders? Do you like the art? Is it longevity? Are you respected in the community? Like there's so many things that can go into that other than like it's going up in price and it's slippery, bro. But I think there's more than 3. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
What do you think, Blake?
Yeah. What's your opinion?
I think that the biggest factor for blue chip is time, and we only have like a little over a year, so
right.
It's hard to know what anything is.
Well,
my list would be, I mean, see, I'm not in ADA Apes, so am I not considering them a blue chip because I'm not in it? I don't know, but Yummy, even Yummy is a question mark. Equine, Clays, and Buds are like maybe my list, and there might be some other thing that I'm forgetting. Pixels.
And I agree with everything you said. But like a stock market, ExxonMobil is a blue chip, right? That's where I worked for 8.5 years, right? Like, so I sold at 94. A blue chip dropped to 28 in the pandemic. So the blue chip is supposed to hold its value.
Right. Yes.
Definition, and you get a dividend. That is a blue chip for the most part. You get a dividend, quarterly, right?
Yeah.
So,
I know.
Time is a big factor for sure.
But then if you have like Ape Society, it has to be when you're like top 6, 7, 8, and you're gonna give them a year, they're gonna blow in front of a lot of the ones that started a year ago. So it's not all equal. Does the communities equal up? Like you said, Aquine. We love Aquine, but what warns them, right? Besides them, it's 4 months. If they're a blue chip, so should Boss Cats and so should Chill Kongs, right? They got higher floor prices. They did more for their community so far. I think Aquine has the biggest future of them all, right? In the long run, if Faha and them do what they say, but it's an opinion. Like,
it's an opinion. That's really that, because that's why the answer is it's impossible to answer because it is an opinion.
Yeah. Everyone will have a different answer, maybe.
But there's more than 3. There has to be. If not, there's too much. Like, who's deciding who is what? Like there's gonna be a lot more than 3 winners, and there's gonna be a lot of losers. So take your risk and then live with it.
Yep. Cloud9. I'll just we could go on the blue chip combo forever. Overexposed. How will it perform the first few days after mint, and also going forward from there?
Oh man,
that's easy.
Yeah,
that's easy.
It's easy. The Genesis token.
It's gonna fly.
For one, it's at 1250. The Genesis token right now is at 1230.
Yep.
There's only 1,000 of them. All right, I was just chopping it up with Jeff on the Twitter space. Okay. The mechanisms, I know I'm not getting rid of any of our 5 we're going to get. Okay, the mechanisms are going to be the head thing, if you go down. Jeff just tweeted 3 out. But yeah, these are the lifetime digital memberships. They're going to ensure your 1-to-1 mint for 100 ADA on the 26th. You got a whole day. So that's going to be like one of the heads. If you go, like that, and that's one that's like, but it's not, I don't even think that's finished. That's like more of an elegant one. Jeff just tweeted that. I'd like you to see a couple more. But yeah, okay. So the point is, those there for the public, they have 4,000 supply. They have 1,000 of them that's going to be able to get guaranteed whitelist. And then the 3,000 of them is going to have to get publicly minted for 150 ADA. That no way, like, are they going to drop below 150? I think they should be 300, 400, 500 for the mechanisms. Now the tokens, they're going to keep going up, brother, and maintain their value over time as they release the utility. And Jeff and them hasn't even released their black paper yet, which is coming out soon. They got an amazing thing coming, and they don't even know Ren yet. Like, Ren's he does music, 8-time Spotify, like I want to say Grammy, but I might be wrong with that. He's got award-winning music stuff. He's an amazing photographer, self-taught 3D artist. I mean, geez, like super bullish on this project and the team.
Just owning the mechanism and having access to him in the Discord is huge too. You can go in and ask him questions if you're a photographer, if you're an artist, if you're a musician, anything, and he is so knowledgeable and helpful that having that access is enough right there, and probably why they're becoming so expensive. And then also you'll be able to have all your future whitelist mints, which will be huge with his art. It
transfers. If he goes to ETH, Solana, he goes to Polygon, or whatever the new chain is in the future. Wherever he goes, if you own a digital token, when it does get cross-chain capabilities, like, you follow Ren, right? And super excited for him, man. Humble young man and super talented, right? I mean, you've seen his stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. I think it's a no-brainer. Try to mint. It's going to be really
try to mint.
Go for it.
For sure. Yeah. Do your best to try to.
Sorry,
no, just do your best to try to get as many. And it kind of connects with your Discord, so you might have to. There's lots of extra workarounds, but yeah, try to get into that.
Yeah, I think if you have the tokens already, like for 100, if anyone paper hands that for 100, I mean, if I had the 8, I'd definitely try to scrape the floor.
Right.
Yeah. It's only going to be 4,000 of those, and dude, it's going to be sick. Something like Cardano has, and they're going to be 10 of them that are animated, bro. Like super rare ones. Imagine those prices. And Jeff's about to, I think, Ardania. It's not the 3D printing thing I'm talking about, but it's an auction house. Jeff, they're about to do the Cardinator again. Remember how they did it in Discord?
Artano,
there you go.
Yeah.
They're about to do that here soon and auction off that one of one.
Yes, that animation. That'll be cool.
Yeah. But they're gonna have 10 of them that's animated. I'm really looking forward to those too, man.
Yeah. OG and GC clays have pre-sale on the white light paper, which we had just talked about. So is there going to be more land available in the future? From what I saw, that's the land.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, though, unless they drop something else, but
yeah, I'm not positive.
Available to public 0, Clay Nation 10,000. You do not need to register to be eligible to be picked for Snapshot. Pitches will be customizable and accompanied by asset packs. It looks like that's it.
Exclusive. It looks like exclusive to clay holders, I thought, man, because they even did the 3D models, right? So like you have to have that to partake in it.
Right.
Yep.
It's a good question. I mean,
it's a good question. We don't know further than that.
Yep. Interesting. It looks like no.
Yeah, and that's why I think they're allowing. They're doing 11,100 Bake Nation and 1,500 to clay holders. The GC and that. So the rest is going to public, 9,600. So that's their entry. Like, you go in there, you make sure you put your raffle or whatever and get involved, and that's your entry point, dude.
Yep. Simple Man said, "Thanks for the registration info. Just registered. Had given up on not holding clay." So there you go. The registration is in the description. So please don't miss that opportunity to at least shoot your shot. Give it a chance. Oside 3000's in here. Welcome, Oside. We're a few minutes behind this chat. I got to keep going.
I know it's going.
Mandrill's next blue chip. Overexposed next blue chip. Here it is. There's the word. Alfredo, 25% of my portfolio is equine.
I saw that.
He's bullish. He's bullish.
I wish you could see your horses. We love looking at them.
Yes. Sniped a Mechanism Genesis while they were still under 1K.
Goodbye.
Literally sold Bitcoin to pick up 2 Genesis at 880.
I bet that pays out better than the Bitcoin.
Yeah, who knows what's going. Now we've got like a retracement, and we got a retracement in crypto, so who knows what's going on anymore.
Funny, bro.
I did a poll on my YouTube like community. I always do like community polls, and I'll get like 200 votes or whatever. And I was like, "Are we bullish or not?" And this was like before the dip, and it was like 80%. Yes, we're bullish. And now everybody's like, "Oh, we're back down." And it's like, yeah, it doesn't. Anyways, you can't. That back to your point about you can't control that because there are people way above us that are moving that thing up and down. So
yeah,
the retail people that are having fun and learning about NFTs are in this space, and they're easier to manipulate because we all kind of think the same if we're not patient. But if you can get into the mind, you have a chance
to foresee everything.
I think I seen block hours along with that coin. Block hours, I tried to tell Rats was a blue chip as well. Like block hours is going to be amazing. I mean, we're huge on block hours. I don't even, that speaks for itself.
We think they'll make something kind of like an Angry Birds, but like a movie or a series or anything going. They can do whatever with those hours.
I was hoping.
Yeah, I know.
There's
so many projects to get into.
And I think they're gonna do it. They would do great, like a dead pixel model, with their forging and stuff. If they wanted to get creative, once they have 10K after season 4, it's an easy thing. It's just they're very smart, or they can go movies, TV shows, etc. Games.
Yep. From what I've heard, and I can't this is unverifiable, but from what I've heard, it doesn't matter what collection they've come from. Right. So the Plutus collection is actually much cheaper than the first series, and from what I've heard, there's no difference in how the benefits and rewards will be. So it's better to go for the Plutus collection unless there's one that you really like from the other one and you want to spend the extra 60 ADA. But
yeah, absolutely.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the same, dude. We just actually won the raffle for the Plutus. We got the spaceship. It was pretty cool. So we got lucky. Excuse me, but yeah, no difference. It counts the same owls, and it's gonna count come season 3. That's when you're gonna get the white list, and that's when the price is gonna pump again. Block Owl season 1 did the same thing, dude. They sat there around 80 to 110 until they got up to almost 400, right? So it's cyclical. People take liquidity to move to other projects they need to get.
Yeah, it's shifting. Like when you're separated from it, I guess like me, just because I can't be in every project. Right. Last week it was Ada Apes and Boss Cats, and then this week it's Clay Nation and all this stuff, and then 3 weeks ago was Block Owls and Equine because they just had that rendered image, and there's always something circulating, and that's what I'm talking about with the retail people. You see an announcement, you're like, oh, I gotta buy it, and then they go and buy it, and then they're like, oh, this is a partnership with Chilled Kongs and Boss Cat. I gotta go buy Boss Cat and a Chilled Kong, and they're bouncing around all this. So this is what I'm talking about. So this is the Block Owls collection on JPEG. If you just search Block Owls, 185 floor. Yep. This is the Plutus collection for 115. So there's no difference unless you just like one of these. I like the Ace. I like this tennis ball. He's like, bing, bing, bing.
Yeah, we got Rad.
Oh, there we go. He's flying around. But yeah, so if you don't necessarily care, you just want to enter the project, do the 115, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
And again, that's a long hold, nothing now for utility, and it's not a flip. So don't buy that to flip. You got to know what projects are flipping projects and what projects are hold because you like them and you want them in your gallery or like a hologram. I always picture like a hologram with block hours in the future, right? Because that, it's not.
So I just want to go back really quickly for those who are new to CNFTs and you're not familiar with, because we're on number 2, guys, 50 minutes in. We're on number 2 of the top 10. We'll go faster.
This is why we go for 5 hours.
Right, exactly. Yeah, this is why the CNFT Live went for as long as it did. So this is a Clay Nation. So when we say GC, we mean Good Charlotte, and that's the band. So they're partnered with Clay Nation. So they've got it was the biggest partnership with, was it Billy Martin? Is that his name? Bill Martin?
Yeah. Billy Martin.
Yeah, Billy Martin, and then now Snoop Dogg. So they've got 2 music artists on, partnering with Clay Nation, and these were at like 300 ADA floor, and now they're at 930 after the announcement. So this is where this underworld here. This is where the Clay Nation Good Charlottes will be. So that's where the 2 different places come, and then the Bake Nation is the Snoop Dogg one. So it's kind of hard if you're just jumping into this, like, wait, what's all this? And this was launched on October 31st. And actually, if you held an OG Clay, you got to mint one of these 1 for 1.
Yes.
So that was a great, free, if you held that was the first news that I was like, I should get into Clays. But that was when the hype was, and then it died down and all that stuff. So, but just to let people know what's going on there.
Yeah, you definitely don't always want to buy the hype, but sometimes if you don't, the hype never dies down.
Yeah, exactly.
So
you missed the low hype.
You got to use your gut and know what you're investing in, whether it's long or short, because
it's hard. It's hard for all of us. We're all trying to figure out the up and down.
Yep. So Boss Planet's number 3. And the big news for Boss Planet is there was a Boss Cat Rocket Club and Chilled Kong's collaboration. I don't know if there's anything like substantial. It was just like, hey, this is happening. Yep. And so it had, I don't know if this is the image. It has some Chilled Kongs in there hanging out with the cats. So Boss Planet and Chilled Kongs. Also, it has Lazy Llamas in here. And I believe this is the logo for Ada Punks.
Okay.
Those are the 3 that are going to be doing something in the Boss Planet. There might be a specific district, or I'm not sure exactly how it's going to work. You might have more information on that than I do, but that was a big thing that got Chilled Kongs kind of bumped up in floor a little bit.
I think, Blake, more so with the Kongs, dude, it's about the it's about the shroom drop, bro.
Yeah.
Not about and it's just it got a little pump because now finally, if I tweeted it out like 5 weeks ago, like, Tomcat was in the Kong server, which Tomcat's the number 2 in Boss Cat, saying, yo, I'm looking for a collab. You know what I mean? It was super obvious if you look at me in the Discord. So I've been knowing it. We had an AMA. We talked about you're going to have a Vox Kong, and they didn't say anything. But again, you read it just like the Snoop thing, right? If you're looking, bro, you'll know what's happening. So the cats, instead of getting in at like 600, now some of the Boss Cat community is coming to buy Chill Kongs to get in there, because you're going to need a Kong and a cat to get a Vox Kong. You're going to need a llama and a cat to get a llama, and you're going to need an Ada Punks and a cat to get you're going to have both to mint something, right? Or to get something, bro. That's how they work, dude. You got to have that. I mean, it's going to work that way. So,
So
well, you'd be happy to know that I do have a Chilled Kong now. So I didn't get the OG Clay, but that was some ADA that I had, and I was like, all right, well, I missed the Clay pump, so I grabbed a Chilled Kong, and I don't think I can pull my.
I was gonna say, what'd you get?
I'll pull my wallet up here in a moment, but I got in at 740, so that was the previous all-time high, and now the floor is sitting at 900. It was at 1,000. That 1,000 is going to be a tough mental thing to break through, but once it breaks through, it's not going to stop. I don't think.
Yeah.
He's gonna break it soon.
Well, the shrooms are about to come too, and it's just gonna be a lot. A lot's gonna be taking off.
Yeah, that wasn't even the announcement. That was just like
that was an obvious thing, and that just brought more eyeballs from Boss Cats.
Right.
Now Boss Cats are like, okay, I'll buy anything associated with Boss Cats. The Boss Cats are gonna buy.
Right.
That's just how
and the Chilled Kongs are getting cats.
Now the Kongs are getting cats.
Like Jake Shepard that was smart on both parts.
Jake Shepard bought a cat. He's the biggest advocate, if you know, on Twitter. Him and my man Ron Swanson go back and forth with buddies, but he got one because the Kongs collab. He's the biggest, he's the biggest Kong there is, So good to have them all in the community, right? It just brings us all up.
Yep, that's right. This is my Kong.
Love it, bro.
Love the multicolored sweater with the whistle. I was going between the whistle or the pipe, and that was a tough choice. But happy with the whistle. So that's my Kong that I have now. So
for now you showing this, it looks good. It all goes together really well.
Yes, it's very nice color matching. So I wanted to make sure I snagged. I think the floor was 710, so I was like, I'll jump the extra 30 ADA to grab that guy. So
yeah,
absolutely.
I'm not sure if that'll be a long-term hold yet. I'll see what happens with the shrooms. If it really does a big jump, I'll be like, you know what? I'm happy with that. And there's lots of things that I want to do with the channel, and have some capital for that and, all that kind of stuff. So
Well, you'll get a new Kong when the shroom comes anyway, and then you have two Kongs. You'll have the OG Kong, and you'll have the shroomed out Kong. Yes.
Yeah. Well, shout out to Block is Hot, because he did a video on when to buy, when to sell. And so I was listening. I'm like, okay, let's, and he's talking about swing trading and all that kind of stuff. And I'm a buyer and holder. That's how I roll. And so he's teaching me a little bit about that kind of stuff. And he says, if it's similar with OG clays, like clays went from 1,300 to 3,000 or whatever, 3,300 at the top. Is that the price is getting baked in for what's coming with the land sale? Chilled Kongs with an extra Kong, that's getting baked in. What's the price of the chilled Kong magic shroom one going to be relative to if you would have just cashed out and then you buy both of them back in, or when it cools down or whatever? And so you're kind of playing that game of trying to catch different parts of it. But he sold his OG clay. So he bought one for 1,200, sold it for 3,100. He's like, I'm taking the guaranteed ADA in hand, and I could get burned by that. But he's like, I'd rather.
Everyone has a different game, and it works differently for everybody. So we can't even knock anyone for doing what they do. I'm
just learning about that style.
From my experience from doing that, Blake, you got to know and want to get back in. If you don't care about that project, just don't look at it again. But if your intent is to sell high, and then if it dips to get back in, sometimes it doesn't work out. Then you go ahead and you miss out or you FOMO. So it all depends. Like you said, if you need the liquidity or you just need, that's a hold for me. I see it. I see it as like the Bored Ape Yacht Club. Once they got cartoony apes, and then they got the Ape Society, more realistic apes. You know what I mean? I think there's room for everyone.
Yep. Yeah. I'm going to get back to that in just a second. NFT Toe Dipper with the $5 super chat. Thank you. Appreciate you. Just want to say thanks to all the CNFT content creators. It's such a great community. Newish to the space and can't imagine going anywhere else. That's awesome. Really appreciate that. That's what we are trying to do. We just did I'm sure you probably watched the CNFT live. If you haven't, you should search that in YouTube. I'm sure it's the first video. All of us got together, and it was cool because if Freedom 35ers are still in here, I shouted them out after my Yummy Universe. I just did a Yummy Universe video on the light paper, and they just did a full hour-long interview with the mods and the development team. And so I said, go watch that video. I'm not going to promote my own video. If you want to keep watching Yummy stuff, go watch. And they were like, thanks, dude, for shouting out. I'm like, yeah, there was a quote that I read back in college. So it's been a while, but it's stuck with me. And it keeps coming back. If you want to go fast, go alone. And if you want to go far, you go together.
Yes.
And I think that's really true.
Yes.
And it really that quote makes it feel more real when you're in a space like this. Everybody's pushing each other and pumping each other up. So it's awesome.
I always thought that too. I mean, I watched a lot of different YouTube influencers on there about all different subjects, but I can't tell you how many of them, when they go and talk about their journey, talk about do not worry about other people coming in and doing the same content as you. It is a huge sea of people who need to watch and learn about this. There are the same people who are going to watch you, who after your video that comes out that day, they want to watch another video on the same content and another one. They may watch 5 in one day. And, we can't all keep up to fulfill that. So we all work together to bring it. I mean, everyone's going to want to do that, and I lost my thought.
Yeah, but Cardano community is perfect. Yeah, that's good. But
that's great.
That's what I mean. Yes, there's enough for all. Don't worry about more work together. So
there's enough food to go around. But the Cardano community is extra loving.
Yes, it is.
Even on the Twitter Spaces, there's no dumb question, no. I think it's a more mature group, honestly. Somehow, some reason, I don't know why. That's just my experience.
Well, I think, and I think I could answer that question. It's because, kind of going to leadership philosophy, it's because of Charles.
Yes.
The people who want to be with Charles or who Charles attracts is who joins the community, and that forms the community. You can't there's different leadership books, but a lot of them say you can't outgrow your leadership. Yeah. And so he's bringing and appealing to people who want to be the ones that are here, whatever, in the long haul, when ADA's down and under $1 or whatever, we're yeah, we'll keep buying, we're in it. So that's cool. So thank you, NFT Toe Dipper, for the $5. Cloud9 says, how you guys feeling about Smooth Yetis? Catch that snowmobile sneak peek today. I did catch it. So this is the team at Smooth Yeti. So they're doing their snowmobile drop. So it's similar to, I think, the rocket parts. So you have 3 different parts.
Yep.
And this is going to be launched on 5/1/22. I don't have a ton of information. It's probably in their Discord. I just didn't get a chance to check it. But if you hold a Yeti, then you get a whitelist to mint these snowmobile parts.
Yeah, they have 3,000 parts. They're going to be 1,000 full snowmobile, so they're going to be a little rarer than the rockets.
Oh yeah,
and it will be like a one. You have to have a Yeti to even try. I think it's going to be like an all for nothing. You get it, but you have to have a Yeti.
Yep. So that was one of the pieces I was going to touch on later, but Cloud9 brought it up. So
yeah, we own 2 Yetis.
That's really cute.
We own 2. We did a video before we went to New Orleans a couple weeks back, or 3 weeks back, when the floor price was $180. We bought it live, and we ran out of storage, Blake, and we lost it. So we do have I have a Crown, and she's got some Ada eyes. So we're doing well on Yetis. But
what do you mean you bought it live and you lost it?
We videotaped minting, or not minting, buying
live.
It live, or buying
recording
it.
We did it.
Okay, got it.
And having the community was in there telling us about it. It was just really great. Cool. And then the computer went out of storage and deleted it. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Oh no.
We were about to put it out that night.
Then I went and bought a laptop. We went and bought a hard drive.
Yes.
Then
we're learning.
You know how it is, because everything gets eaten up with 2 videos, especially when you're editing, dude. It's like crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Eric says, Chronic, you're everywhere. Keep grinding. I feel like I know this guy.
Is that
he around Twitter? Is it?
Is that
could
Ozar?
be?
Is that his picture?
And they have the same profile as Ozar.
Okay, yeah, probably is.
He was just in space just now, but yeah, I appreciate you, man. I'm trying.
Yeah,
we're trying. It's this easy market, and it's fun to talk about stuff. I'm a nerd when it comes to this. I'm competitive. I love sports. This is like sports gambling. I used to bet a lot, so this is a lot to me, and I can manage it. I can multitask 50 different things at once, and this is my edge, and this is my shot.
Yeah.
Fired. So thank you for noticing, E.
Absolutely. Steve T says, thoughts on Secret Bulls Society. I don't know if you guys have heard of these yet.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
I don't know.
I did. I know NFT Justin and them pumped them and stuff, and I know they look super cool.
Yes,
they reminded me of Crypto Bulls. Again, it's just one of those, man, that they look cool. I'm not in it because I didn't have liquidity, and they came out of nowhere. And but yeah, man, I like their style. I know a few boss cats that had a lot of them. Look, I mean, they maintaining their floor price, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
So they're gonna win. If you can maintain your floor price for a couple months, it's just a matter of time. Look at Mandrels, you know what I mean? And we'll probably talk about them later.
Yep.
Ooh, look at that gold one.
Yeah, dude.
20 different characteristics.
We got more. We got nicer, cool, Solana style art coming. Solana and or Ethereum.
Whitelist details, mint details, phase 2. Yeah, I'll look into them a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, obviously you can't argue the 3D quality.
Super cool looking.
The Hulk and the
Yep.
It's cool.
Yeah, they really are sick looking, some of them. And I believe they sold out pretty quickly and everything as well. I think the same day-ish, So
yeah.
That's great to see that they're maintaining their floor price, and that there is a green flag, a thumbs up that it's going to be a good project, right? Especially again, I'm not in a Discord and seeing what they're doing, the team, but it's a good sign.
Yep. Let's see. We're gonna go faster into here in these comments. NFT Toe Dipper says 1-2 OG Bears. Oh yeah, that's right. You did win. You did win from the Cnft live. That's right. Let's see. Eric is Ozar. Yeah, Reddick's in here too. Albert, everybody's shouting each other out here. It's so fun.
That's what's up, dude.
That's
good.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Community is. I love it.
Alberto, he's the one that told me to get into the Smooth Yeti Discord. One Yeti equals 2 parts, but it's going to be hard to even get one TX to go through.
You're gonna
John
be able to
A says I like those Yetis.
That's crazy, bro. And dude, 25 mint on them. And if you look at the team, dude, and the competitions they do spot the Yetis. They do this, that, and the other. Whatever they doing, the community's loving it. They backing them up on Twitter.
They have a great
It doesn't
community.
matter what. They're smart, you know, like the community's building it, buying in, and that's what you want.
Yep.
But, I mean, props to the Yeti team.
Yeah.
And the community.
Yep. All right, let's keep moving. Let's keep going through. We got number 5 is Pavia, and Pavia 325, and they've been quiet. They're building. They're working on different stuff. I know everybody has their different opinions on Pavia. Some people are super bullish on them. Other people are like, why don't they just dox and tell us all who they are already? I don't know what you guys think about Pavia.
Bullish.
Yeah.
I traded another for a D5 plot for another D1 and a Pavia. So I got a Pavia, another Pavia plot, and a D1 plot for free. So we own 11 Pavia. Bullish, right? Like I'd wish your man Morgan or whoever is the CEO now, he is posting his Bored Apes. Seems like he's going more to Ethereum route. You could see he posted something the other day about the DGen tunes. You know, it's kind of weird that he's posting more about ETH than about Cardano, but is that a bad thing? Meh. You know, not when they're not talking about anything else, right? That's the only. I would really like them. Like we spoke to Rob Gregg with Cornucopias.
Yeah.
I might have mispronounced his last name, but right before I jumped on this, you know, with you, man, he's out there. Why can't your man jump out there and say what's up and tell us where we're at? I really appreciate that. Like, but you know, we'll see. Maybe one day.
Yep.
I hope they win because it's like all of Cardano's like that's the number one metaverse, right? Supposedly. So it all eyes on them.
We're tied at this point. We're tied together.
Yeah, we better win.
If you look historically, before the final land sale, the floor was around 300. We got 308, 315, 290, 293, 278. And then the excitement of the release, you know, did that crazy number. And then we have all the plots are released, and now we're back to pre-announcement levels. So I don't think this is going to go below 300. So if you don't have a Pavia and you want a Pavia, this is your chance.
It's still cheap.
I don't know. This is like the quietest moment for Pavia. Sorry, what were you saying, Chrissy?
I was going to say that's still cheap in my opinion, but not financial advice. But for sure, these are going to go up and be really huge.
Yeah, I mean this reminds me of like when I was telling you, Blake, when I bought, you know, seeing the crypto punks at 1 ETH, but ETH was $300, right? So like in Sandbox was the same thing, and I'm like, no way. What is the deal? This is it. Like, and it was $300 back then. I would not be surprised this time next year if this, you know, the majority of them are. I don't even want to like say 5 figures is out of the realm. You know what I mean? If everything goes well, not financial advice. That's what I'm expecting from my experience on the number. If this is the number one metaverse play, it's going to be up there like ETH stuff, right? It's going to be up in that floor price because you
just got to give it time.
Yeah, just patience.
Be a hodl.
Yeah, it's a hodl for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Any metaverse play is a very long game.
A long hodl. Be ready for
one
it.
other thing on Pavia though, like they're gonna have a snapshot eventually. I don't know eventually. I don't know the exact date about the POVs, the little you seen J Crypto show.
Yes.
The little POVs. So it's like fingers crossed every Pavia plot you get a POV, right? Because you know, but even if you're like eligible, if I get 1 or 2 airdrop to me, come on, I love free stuff, right? So once they release that date, Blake,
back up again.
It's going to be a catalyst for it to start going up, and then maybe it'll drop again after the drop, right? So again, it's just, but then they'll have a higher floor, like in stock market. So 300 is the floor. It'll go up again, then it'll settle maybe at 500,
right?
And then and it'll do its thing.
Yeah, barring some disaster, some cataclysmic explosion, you will not see it go below 300. I'm pretty confident in putting my stake on that.
Right.
That's so. This is like Clay Nation at 900 ADA. Like you're just not going to get lower than that.
Yeah.
So and what if they actually had some big news, bro? Like you said, it can double, triple like that and go back to its initial all-time highs and stay there forever, like with Clay. Yeah. So if he came out and showed something or like a partnership with cross-chain, who knows what they're doing? They're quiet for a reason, bro. Like, you know, but yeah, and this was expected too, bro. You just got 30,000, 40,000 plots just flooded onto the market, bro. I mean, you know.
And this is part of the strategy. When the spotlight is on Clay Nation, then that's going to drain liquidity out of other projects so that to FOMO into the one that's on the spotlight, and then the spotlight rotates to somebody else, and and so that's why I just keep hitting on it.
This is where the time to buy this.
Yes.
You know, if you draw that line, just like they do in the technical analysis, you draw a line from the top of that. Once it breaks above that, it's going to use its support and then bounce off. It's the same. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yep.
You got to be on them though, man.
Let's see. Simple Man says, have you guys checked out Angry Kongs? A few red flags, but some well-known people in the NFT space follow the project.
I mean, they did it the other night on Atlantic's channel. Someone asked this as well. I've seen them. They look cool. I don't know about the project much. You know what I mean? They look like little figurines. They look cool and all. Just I never had time for them, and it's just don't even know the supply.
Yeah, I mean they look
cool.
high quality.
Cool, yeah, they absolutely look cool. You know, I don't know about.
We don't know much about.
I don't know their numbers.
Don't know much about them. Yeah.
Right. We just haven't looked into it.
I don't have any ADA. If I had ADA, y'all, like I'd be in a lot more because I like to touch everything. Because when I have my money in it, that's when I really get into it. That's just how I roll, you know. Right. Other than that, I can't. I got my money in too much other stuff that I have to pay attention to.
Relic Crypto says 300 is a nice entry. That was to Pavia. Alfredo says, what do you think of Illuvium? Land sale is 1 month. I mean, I don't have a lot of time to get into ETH stuff, but Illuvium is one of those where you're like, yeah, that's going to be good.
Yeah. And if I could get in a couple projects that, like he said, in what's that one on Solana, the Starlink, or it's not,
it's like one of the sci-fi,
that one's going to be cool if I had it, just can't get off Cardano ecosystem right now, man. We're in the infancy, and for me at least.
Yeah. So let's do Space Buds. So I got to get all my tabs ordered here. Space Buds is number 6. The floor is moving back up a little bit. I know that there were people that were liquidating buds to get into Clays. So that whole spotlight thing again is still the same. So this was just a big pump. I don't know if there was any major, just the website, I guess, that when the website got redone, or maybe that was over here. But we've been solid here at this 6,500 for a while. But this was a thing, and I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on this. So this is a letter that Alessandro wrote to I guess he just kind of posted this on his Twitter or wherever in the Space Buds Discord. But people have been saying that because Lena has done a really good job with Clays, getting, Good Charlotte, getting Snoop Dogg, getting all these different partnerships, that Alessandro has not done a good job bringing value to the community. And this is his response to some general statements like that. And he's like, basically, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I was about to say, right. Wow.
Are you kidding me? Yes, that's not his path. That's not his skill set. His skill set is development. And so he goes over like figuring out the extended UTXO model. He goes over building Nami wallet and how hard that was figuring that out for card. It's not just like, oh, make a MetaMask and copy their source code. It's like, no, it's EVM or whatever their thing is versus extended UTXO. You have to do a whole new thing for that. First smart contract marketplace, everything open source. Like he could have made Nami Spacebud holders exclusive. He could have closed sourced everything. And yes, it doesn't directly benefit the value of Spacebuds other than it just being his project and it being a historical first 10K. So this is his letter. It's in the description. You can read it, but I was just kind of like blown away by people who were kind of bashing Alessandro for not, being a good community leader or whatever.
That's crazy. So look, that can go two ways, right? Like for one, that's crazy, right? Because obviously he's done so much for the ecosystem, right? But two, as far as like being a prideful human being, that's got to sting. And obviously I haven't read it. I don't have Space Buds, brother. And if I did, I'd be much more invested like you. Like that's got to hurt as a person, especially knowing what they've done and that, and you know, that could make him maybe drive him away, right? Like a buzz type of deal.
Right.
Like, and would that be good? I don't think it would be good, right? I mean, would it be detrimental? I don't think it would be detrimental, but I hope he overcomes it. And I hope, you know, the space buds understand where he's going. And I mean, look what they've done. I mean, worst case scenario, you've 100 to 600 extra money at least, you know what I mean? That's just the floor price. Like, so
Right.
what else can you want from your creator? Right. And then in addition to someone who sold it for the 510K, come on, man. Like, dude, like, bro, just wait, like chill out, impatient people. Like, but I get like they're not in the limelight, but you're number one, you're 6,500. Like, I wish I had 50 space buds. Like, they have many people that do. Like, come on, just support the project that's got, you know, got everyone so far, you know, and hopefully Alessandro, I've never spoken with him. Hopefully he just takes the, takes it and takes it on the other cheek and then rolls with it, grows from it, and, you know, maybe be more transparent with the community where they're going, right? Or what's up. So, and maybe they'll feel better. But other than that, dude, he don't know anybody else anything.
No, he doesn't know anybody anything. I think it's just two different strategies. It's two different methodologies. Like, he's going for the development, and for the larger Cardano community, like, you don't have to be an Cardano NFT fan to use Nami. You can use Nami if you just like staking your ADA in a hot wallet on a browser, like, and utilize smart contracts for min swap when you don't even have to be on JPEG. So yeah, the value that he's brought is exponentially more.
Got one question, Blake, right? So what happens? Do you think the Space Buds holders will be asking the same question, bro? If he creates this marketplace that he can then collateralize his Space Bud loans, like, who needs an acronym DAO? What if he wants to say, yo, anybody with a Space Bud, look, here's our in-house escrow. Give me this.
He's already made a multi-signature wallet and a community wallet. Yeah.
Right. So what if he then like makes him look, y'all need more? Like, I'll give you liquidity, right?
Yep. He already did that.
Yeah. So why
he made the first DAO before the DAOs?
Like I said, I wish I was in that position to complain, but we always had something to complain about, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's hilarious. Yeah, he made the first DAO before the DAOs. It's a multi-sig wallet that has six people have to sign off on it. 4 or 5 Jeff being one. You would probably know most people on this list.
Yeah.
His co-founder of Space Buds, Jenny Sita, 4 or 5 Jeff, and some of the mods. So yeah, and then the community wallet has 13,000, and then he's auctioning off a Charles Hodgkinson Space Bud, and all of the proceeds of that will go to this community wallet. So if you want to do something, start a fund or like a proposal, and maybe you'll get it signed off on. So it's ridiculous. Like, sorry, I'm probably harping on that for too long, but
you're good, dude. I think it's warranted because I didn't even know that, right? And I love everything. Again, I said I don't divert my energy and my brain power where I'm not invested because it's too much going on.
Right, exactly.
Bro. You better be knowing about this because that's your bag, bro. You feel me? He don't deserve any hate. In my opinion, he's done great. And let's see now, if they don't progress in the next year or something, all right, maybe we got, maybe once people start passing them, let's just wait for that to start happening.
Also, he's in college.
Whoa.
He goes to college in Munich. Yeah, I'm serious.
I think he's like 40, 50 years old. You know what I'm saying?
No, he's a young gunner, dude. He's insane.
That's who's gonna change the world. Is that
it's mind blowing, bro.
Like,
he's in college. And same with like McLean and Rob, right? Dude, these dudes are so sharp. They're in freaking university, wherever
they were. So afraid to tell us that they were in college, and we were actually excited and told them we were happy to hear that because we want to hear that age. We sound so old, but we do want to hear that age already figuring it out. When we're figuring it out in our late 30s and some people even beyond, they're figuring it out at early 20s and getting out of the rat race right now that they could be getting stuck into. So we're excited to hear that. We had to go on and tell them. They told us on Spaces that they were in university and that they were a little nervous to tell us that. And we went right into their Discord and we said, no, we were happy to find that out. Like, we are proud of you and thankful that y'all are changing the world early and at a young age. And you don't have to figure it out later like we did.
That's right.
Yep. That's so cool. So cool. Crawford says Star Atlas. That's what you were talking about earlier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cloud9 says, if you had 100K ADA, how would you invest it? What CNFTs would you buy, and would you leave any ADA on the side or go all in?
It's kind of easy one, bro. I mean, I love that Cloud9. No, Blake, I love that you say that. But bro, that's a dream, right? Because like I kind of had that. It's kind of weird. Buying at 9 cents, the multiples are so different. So like when I started buying in, I like, okay, I'm looking at I spent $9 on something that was, 150 ADA, you know what I mean? Or something because I bought it at 9 cents. So again, however makes your mind feel better. All right. So for one, bro, like in my opinion, and then she could say if different, you gotta have a bud, okay? You gotta have a bud. You gotta have multiple, or at least exposure to good Charlotte and Clays, whether that be one or two. Again, just have at least one. Gotta have a dead pixel or two. And again, the blue chips, they're considered, right? You gotta have at least 6 equine horses. All right, especially if you're gonna do that like with 100K. I'd go a lot more, but let's just stick with a 6 because it's probably gonna cost you like 3K.
A 6-pack.
All right, so then you got like
a 6-pack.
We got like 15K there. Jeez, I mean, you got to get a few Kongs, you got to get some cats, you got to get some apes. Man, you got to get cornucopias, right? You got to get a little pavia.
Get pavia, get Boss
Planet, overexposed. You got to get some ugly bros. You got anything.
That's going to go quick.
I mean, yummies, bro.
Yes, that 100K goes fast.
Literally, yummies. Anything, dude, that, you like and you think you can make passive income in the top 20, like really a top 1.
Anything in here. Yeah.
Anything in there, bro.
Yeah.
Like, gosh.
Get some Ape Society. Also get some Ghost Chain because
Ghost Chain with the passive
they got free
income.
roam coming out. Anything that can turn that 100K ADA into some passive income utility would be huge. Because it's still in ADA, even if it's in all of your NFTs. Your ADA goes up, your NFTs go up. So make sure you just get into all of your blue chip or OGs and all of that are going to have huge future utility by doing your research.
Trust in the team that they're going to be around here for 5, 10 years.
Yep, that's right.
I mean, how much you like? I know Cloud likes apes. And stuff. So you might want 3 to 5 apes because then eventually, when the stuff gets to 100K floor, you need or something like that. Like we all want, you need to get rid of one to pay off something or get into another project. But if you do that, like you don't have to, you just get good other NFTs, Cloud, that other people like to trade as well. Like good collateral, like a space bud. Anybody would trade a bud for anything, dude. Everybody wants that. Everybody wants a play. Everybody wants some cats. So just diversify, man.
And be prepared for all the mints coming up. Have a bag ready for that, for all these big mints. And we don't plan on having big ADA bags on the side. We want them in NFTs and growing in that way. But we realized you got to keep enough to be able to mint. You can't just put it all away. So that would be our strategy. Yeah.
It sounded easy.
I'd be in a similar. What
is your opinion, dude?
I would probably have 30K just in buds. I would probably have 5 or 6 buds floors or a little bit higher than that. I'd get a bunch of equines.
Yes.
Because I'm going teams. I'm going Alessandro. I'm going Fadukan and Merrick and Fence Maker. Like those guys are legends. I'm going Lena and OG Clays.
So hold up. So you got 50 equine. That's 10K. You got 30K in space bud. So you got 40K so far. How much? Okay, so sweet. Where you at next? Clays. How many clays?
I'd probably get 3 or 4 clays.
That's another 15, right? So let's say that. So you had 55K.
Okay. I'd pick up some dead pixels. I'd probably pick up 3 dead pixels. So that's another 10.
70K.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I'd get a couple Kongs. If I didn't have my Kong, I'd pick up a couple Kongs.
So now you had 72K.
If I didn't have yummies, I'd pick a few yummies and I'd probably stake the rest.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Man.
Awesome.
Solid. So you had 75K. You diversified into things that you think are going to be here for the long term, providing passive income for life and perpetuity, right? And you still got 25K to
do yield farming or something.
Yield farming, get 3 to 4 or 5% on just staking, dude. You get 1,000 ADA a year. So yeah, man, just be smart, brother. And whatever you do, just know and be okay if shit goes wrong, bro.
Yep. Only best what you can afford to lose.
Yep.
Okay. The next one is dead pixels. The pixels, they just started just going up. They just started pumping. I know they have their, I don't know if they actually launched it yet. If someone in the chat, let me know if you're a pixels holder. I don't know what happened in this day. If they're only, there's no way they only sold one, but this random peak messes up this entire chart.
Maybe
so OpenCNFT, please fix this. March 17th.
Rats, Blake, did Rats buy something silly high? Right? Remember, Rats was buying up stuff. You think that was the day that the crazy?
The minimum sale price was 40,800. So maybe one got sold for 40. I don't know. I don't know if
that's what Rats bought, bro. I guarantee you look at Rats, they probably bought a rare one, right?
Yeah, could be.
Has to be.
Yeah, so their floor is at 3,000. I'm gonna, I don't know. Let's keep moving on just because we're hitting an hour 26. But yeah, Pixels, obviously OG, strong community, tons of exciting stuff ahead. 150K sale was Cardano Jur, who was on the channel earlier, picking up a orange hoodie. Boss Cats 1,700. Are you are you over or under on Boss Cats at 1,700?
It's a win for me. We're Boss Cat holders. We believe in the project. They're holding well, dude, considering, bro, like the liquidity being sucked from the market into other projects, dude. Like they have retraced from 3,000 almost to 1,800. So again, it hit 1,500 at once. So it's definitely had a 50% reduction. So it's, it looks like it's holding steady to me, dude. In the next news, if it's just gonna skyrocket. I think
we're just on a steady hold right now. It seems like
I like it. Again, we have a lot of it, and we're free and clear to project, and we're paid for, and it's done us wonderful, man. They give back to their community. I can't wait for the Vox drop next week, right? And they're just swapping out. Like if we have six D6 lands, right, in the same quadrant, they'll send you 9, right? You see, they're doing that. And if you have an estate built already, they'll send you 2. So they're always hooking their holders up, and stuff like that. And we about to get 10 free Vox, dude. Like that's when we're gonna maybe liquidate 1 or 2 or 3, and then have liquidity from elsewhere. But it's free, man. Free money is nice, you know. They do it better than anyone, bro. And providing
for sure
holders, bro.
For sure. So that's number 8. Before we go on, if you guys have not liked the video yet, give it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. We love talking about Cardano NFTs and other things in Cardano as well, but mostly Cardano NFTs for now. So would really appreciate that. And let's jump into number 9, which is Pendulum. You guys get into Pendulum? You guys just so illiquid that you're like, dang. Yeah.
Would have gotten into it again. It's just the only reason that made me feel better is, again, just like I know they're going to have another 5,000 in maybe 6 months, right, or whatever. But they're going to have another 5K drop, and hopefully by then, buddy will definitely, pick them up. But they're definitely cool looking, man. Definitely nice.
They're definitely cool looking. That's for sure. The quality speaks for itself. Lots of pretty cool. Yeah. Ooh, some of these flaming heads, dude.
Cool, And like
with the katanas on the back.
That's sweet. Wow. See, I didn't see any of these even, you know what I mean? So like the more you dig into these, like the more you like them, just like jar heads, right? The more I like jar heads, the more I was like, man, I want some, and I plan on having them. I just don't, you got
jar heads would be a good entry right now.
I think. They're so cool. Like
160. I mean, these are cool. Like this is like on the wall kind of stuff. Like if you want to have like a cyberpunk vibe or like that's really, really, really cool art for sure.
And I like that too, that they're willing and open. They're going to be on Reddit's Wallet Wednesday next week. Right. On their Twitter.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I love how these projects now, that's what we're doing now, Blake. You know how it is, bro. We calling out these projects. We ain't letting these projects do it.
Come out and
talk, man. Like that's what's up. We want to get to know you. But whatever. Yeah. We're trying to do. Those are super cool, man.
Yeah. The cool texture too on the back.
That is sick. I didn't see any of these, man.
I've seen people's profile picture as them, but I didn't look into it deep enough. And these are really cool.
Never seen these yet. Look at that snake skin scale.
Yeah, these are really cool. And this isn't even the pool.pm quality. This is
right.
I'm gonna try to pull this up. in a private tab just in case this dude's wallet's got something weird in here. Oh, it's about the same actually.
Oh, okay. Really good though.
Same quality. That's cool though. It's cool stuff.
Super cool.
Yeah, shout out. I mean, I don't own any either, but yeah, that's one. I mean, the floor is kind of retraced a little bit from the top. I mean, it's only been a couple of days. 185 was the floor. Now it's 139. I mean, these minted for 100. So yeah, this could be one if you really like the art. People keep saying they're in it for the art. So here you go. This is your art project.
They'll find the wallets that want them.
Yep.
Right.
That's the project that a collector will come in and just gobble them up because they want them. And then the people that want to collect the art. And, you know, and that's just what it is. They're super
I love
nice.
seeing all the different projects on here that art, utility, all the different. Sorry, I'm talking loud.
No. Reddick says we'll be having Pendulum on Wednesday wallet. Yep, that's right.
He already got you, bro.
He's already got you.
All right.
Mandrills, number 10. They've had a nice pump.
Yeah.
After their mint, they were down all the way into 42, 44, and now we're back up to 150.
What came up? They have an announcement or what jumped them up? We have it. I just didn't see what pumped them.
So I spoke to Jan today. Jan was on a Twitter space, man. Super cool to hear him speak, right? And the team is they're grinding, right? I mean, they call it what the horde, right? Or what they call it, the horde. He said it. He's got that German accent, dude. It's hard to understand. Man, you got a wonderful community. I love the whole graffiti art they do. They're just.
The art's cool. The more you look at them, absolutely. You find different pieces all in there.
She got whitelist from Kong, so she ended up minting one. I tried.
Oh, nice.
So that's a cool little perk with Kong.
I didn't know that.
If you go in there, dude, and you click on like
now you know you can get in there.
It's like whitelist info or something like that. You go in and you click the little things, and they're giving away whitelist spots. Like
I think it's called chilled whitelist spots or something like that. And you go in there and you
have to verify your wallet and stuff.
No, well, if you have a Kong,
you do so that you can get access to that part of the Discord, and then you can get in there, and it's just the bot pick. So you need to just click like react to this message, and you'll be one of the people who are entered to win a whitelist spot.
Oh, okay, got it.
Every day, it's constantly new projects.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's see. So that's the top 10. We made it through the top 10. Very nice. We've got a lot of other topics too to touch on. We've got some we did an interview with Adanauts on the channel on Monday. So Adanauts is going to be a clay project built on Cardano, and it was initially started by BlakeCNFT and Bourbon. I don't know if his link is not on here. Bourbon came on the channel, and the link to the video is in the description. So he's doing all of the art for Adanauts, and there's going to be 7,777. As I already said, we did a whole like hour-long stream on this. So if you are someone who's already collected these or has already been familiar with Adanauts, before April 10th, you need to claim your compound Gs. I thought they had the trading page here. Season 1. Yeah, so this is your trading station. So if you have promo 1s, I had a promo 1 and a promo 2, and I got a compound G. That'll be used. If you collect 5, you'll get a antidote, and that will get you whitelist spots. This is the antidote. So it's a really cool project. They don't have an official mint date yet, but it could be April. So if you like clay projects, this is going to be a good one.
That's cool.
So I like them back in the day. Just it's been a while. I've been waiting for it like since November or December. They've been teasing it, right? And it's deep. I didn't have any of what you had, like all the little G's.
Yeah, so this is one of the characters that he teased on my stream.
That's right.
This was our live stream that we did.
Yeah.
This was a April Fool's one. So this was Fred, but he's our it was the April Fool's joke. I found out. This guy with the wings is one of the characters. His name's Adam. So I mean, this is like Clay Nation quality. Yeah.
They did that in clay. That
yeah,
looks
100% clay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought they would release them.
These wings are in clay.
That's
wow. The texture, you can see everything. So
yeah.
the teeth are
how much
spot on.
time it took, dude. Wow.
Beautiful.
Really impressive.
Beautiful.
So you can't deny once again, you can't deny the quality, but yeah.
They're
I
gonna
love
be
seeing
public.
good quality.
Yep.
Will they be public, man?
So this is you can buy one of these to get, I think it's, did he say, I don't know if he said 5 whitelists or not. I don't want to say something wrong. I don't want to misspeak. But if you get these antidotes and these are on secondary, there's only 300 of these.
Wow.
Only 300 of these, and the floor right now is 400 for the antidotes.
Nice. You have one?
Yeah.
Sweet.
So it's like a mechanism genesis.
So
It
you
gets
get-
you the ability
Like a mechanism genesis. That's right.
Okay.
Perfect. So it's just that's awesome.
Okay, cool.
That's good.
Yeah. So that's 8 of knots.
So how much, so how many of them compound G's did you have, and how much did that cost way back when to get you this drop, right?
So I'm part of so when Lovelace was part of the program, he had something called the promo 3 was they were called OG Adenauts, and there were only 200. And so I bought into that. And there was like a lot of like big people in the space that were in like the OG Adenauts. So I was like, okay, this is like an exclusive chat group. And so I bought in at like, I think 400 or 500 for the OGs. And so every OG Adenaut got one of the antidotes. So it was basically like the value kind of left after the switchover with Lovelace and Bourbon. So the new value is kind of in the antidotes. And then he also gave a prototype to every OG holder. So those are the floors 150 for those prototypes. So, I mean, if this blows up, like these will be really valuable because these are like the first series. And then the compounds, he gave a compound. So I have 2 of these compounds.
So you win.
Floor 98. Yeah.
Great.
So you doubled your money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You bought in at 400, you got 800 out of it, essentially, if you wanted to liquidate right now.
Yep.
Fine,
yeah. So I'm happy with that. And at first I was like, oh no, like, cause the changeover, I was like, oh no, what's going to happen? But we're in good hands, I think, with Bourbon. So that's 8 of knots. I wanted to shout that out. And then shout out the Yummy Universe light paper video just went out last night.
Check that out.
And they just did a thread earlier this morning, or was it yesterday? So this is a little like thread. It's in the description on the staking. So if you want a super fast version, you can just read through these 7 tweets to here. And then this like the initial airdrop and utility overview. So like what's playable in game, these card packs and the trading cards and the unboxed Narus. And then, so then you can do stakes and all that kind of stuff. So you can read that quick Twitter thread, but Yummy Universe always doing big things. Lots of cool stuff going on there. You guys, do you guys have any yummies?
No. Sorry, Tal.
We want some yummies.
No.
Tal's coming after you, man.
Right. I always knew they were going to be nice, right? I mean, I'm too old for the Pokemon stuff, and I mean, I don't know. It's just I knew they would be cool. Again, when I jumped in, I just was trying to find something, and it wasn't my niche, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I get it. You can't be in everything.
Yeah, and Tommy and them, I've been watching y'all and Freedom 35ers and them. They all been preaching them for months. I remember. I know. So I just
350. They kind of had a bump for the light paper. 500, 479. So who knows how this hype works? But you could see it go down. You could see it go down from here, depending on how it goes. Well, who knows? It won't go much lower than that. I think the 300 floor, 400 floor is pretty established.
Yep.
That 300 lowest that I probably ever go. And if it goes lower than that, dude, that's great, man. Great for all you investors. That's wonderful.
Yep. We already talked about the clay paper. That was in the other important topics. Aneta Angels was another one that I wanted to mention. And that's right here. So what started it? Oh, it was Big Pay. So it was a Saturday. Big Pay was doing a live stream, and he was saying with drip drops, you'll be able to get this Cneta, which is basically going to be like wrapped Bitcoin on Cardano, and it's going to be airdropped or whatever. And I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. I'll just, I'll do the drip drops with a couple of my wallets. So I got 2,000 Cneta, and I was like, for like 4 ADA or 2 ADA or whatever it was. I was like, okay, cool. So now I've just been kind of following them because I had 2000 CNETA and I was doing the min swap farming and all that stuff. And now they just keep adding different utility, like staking. They call it staking utility, I guess. So I don't know where they are. I guess I have to search for them. So
I may have gotten on Drip Drop as well then yesterday.
What?
I may have actually picked up some yesterday on Drip Drops as well, not knowing what it was.
Yeah, this initial airdrop was like a month or two ago. But yes, it was dropping a lot. People were going crazy. Like, are you serious? 1,000? I think you get 1,000. Well, the market cap's been going up and down. But if you own some of these Aneta Angels, then you get like increased CNETA rewards. So they take all of your ADA. It's like one of those staking things where they take your ADA and you get the CNETA in return. So they've had a couple of. So this was which link am I clicking on here? So every ADA is 0.0075 CNETA, additional 10 to 15% boost on the base rewards. They have like long-term rewards. So they're adding a lot of utility for CNETA. And I don't know, I've just been kind of following it because I'm like, hey, this could be really cool. So that was what got me in trouble with OG Clays, because I was staking to their staking pool and I was in a hardware wallet and I was like, man, I can't get it over. But if you are interested in that, if you're more of a passive person and you're like, hey, I want to figure out what these CNFTs are and I want the utility of like being able to do staking stuff, like this might be more down your alley with this kind of stuff. So it's pretty cool. Twitter. Anyway, so they just had a snapshot. Oh, so this one was if you held 3 of the Aneta Angels, which I minted 3, you got 888 CNETA as an airdrop, and that's about 200 ADA, I think. So it's like, boom, airdrop, done. If you cash out, you can put it in the min swap yield farm, you can do whatever, but like you can't argue with that kind of reward. So that's when the price did that to like 120, and now it's kind of back down after the snapshot. So, but they keep finding ways to add value to it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Did you cash out any? Did you liquidate any?
They haven't paid out yet. But what I did, I was doing the yield farm and I did cash out of that. And then I bought like CNETA. I bought a chilled Kong. So I cashed out of the initial CNETA that I had from the free airdrop. And now as I keep adding more, I'm going to decide what I want to do with it. But so that was an interesting project.
That's another way to like Tom and play with stuff, right? Or this free token ad drops rather than like get rid of your NFTs, just like Pavia, right? It went up to 24 cents. Like you got that free. People were giving everything away for Pavia coin. I could have got Launchpad like right next to the launch pads, but then people wanted to get rid of it at the top. But again, this guy here holds it, and now it's all the way back down. So why not play with free stuff they give you and utilize it that way, right? And then if you lose it, then try to buy, so. Yeah. Man.
So the airdrop was helpful. And then I bought the NFTs for like, was it 50 ADA each? So I bought for 150, but I just got that airdrop or whatever for stake. So I basically got my money back there. So I'm going to ride these 3 Aneta Angels and just keep cashing out the rewards that they give me. So it's like, there's really no reason to sell at this point, and see what's going on.
If that's what you can do and what everybody could do, that is huge. Get into the project, but then everything you get on the side is what you make the money off of and pay for your project, and just keep holding your NFTs.
Ride the wave.
Yep, that's right. So the last thing I wanted to talk about, and I don't know if you guys have heard of these yet, but these caught my feed. The classic Twitter feed, always getting me in trouble with projects. I had seen these guys before. Let me bring up the screen. Have you seen this blockchain party? Games?
No.
Someone mentioned it earlier, but I've never seen this Twitter. No, I haven't.
So blockchain party games is turning NFTs into playable characters, and so this is the website, and you can you put your favorite NFT together to play. I actually bought some because I was like, I'm just going to try it out, because there's nothing yet that's like a real game. I mean, I guess Cardano Tales was like the first one to actually launch. I heard Ada Apes, not Ape Society, but the Ada Apes or what the other project has like a metaverse already available.
Oh, yeah,
Just
yeah,
nobody's like in it or like wants to use it as much. But you can like soon. It's not like out yet. There is like one mini game, but what they were teasing was the first, supposedly the first metaverse purchase was made through this game. So someone bought a Space Bud because the Space Bud's open source. So he was in this. I think this is one of the founders of the project. So he hovered by this Space Bud. It says hold F to buy, and then because it's connected to your Nami wallet, so it has access to your NFT, and so then it's like I just witnessed the first purchase of a Space Bud in the metaverse. This is crazy. So that kind of catches your eye, and you're like, wow.
Oh, yeah, we can check this out.
Yeah, well, that's great, and that's what the utility, hopefully, with all these metaverse plays. Not like I'm roaming around, just enough to like put out stuff on a wall with a clickable, scannable barcode to sell out NFTs like a gallery or our equine horses, right? Like something simple and easy. Just by them exploring, you can actually get a sale. Like that there is the utility. Like it's marketing and it's helping you to where you're saving your time to go search them out. They're searching you out on accident.
And doing merch, like Chill Kong's merch. I mean, anything. Having it up and just have someone be able to hold down a button. Oh, I like that, and click it and buy.
Cool. Hold F to buy. I bet like the little Nami drop down came down and just signed the transaction and you're done. So
that's unbelievable.
That's kind of a cool little micro window.
Bro, that's it. I can't wait.
So that caught my eye. They're still minting. They haven't sold out yet.
I like that.
What is the mint price and everything?
Well, actually, maybe.
Yeah, because someone mentioned them earlier on.
There's no way they sold out.
It was Jeff. Maybe I'm not even lying. I bet.
Jeff was in here. Jeff was in this.
Jeff's a mod. No wonder I heard it. So Jeff's involved with it, dude. Like I love it. I like it if Jeff's involved with it. But Jeff might be a mod on.
So this is one of the guys walking around, and you can walk
up
to it.
Come on, and it says whose it is.
Some mid-range buds showcase, and then so they hold F to buy, and you can walk around and
let's go.
So that's pretty cool. 4 or 5 Jeffs right here. Yeah,
there you go. So that's
there's Jeff. There's Jeff for you.
My guy.
I don't think they're sold out. That would be insane. There was only 2,000 out of 10 that were buy. Duh. So 2,119 out of 10,000 have only been minted. 35 ADA a piece.
Awesome.
So I bought 3 and I was like, hey, I just want to test this out. Because there is a game that you can play. It's like a mini game. There's going to be just a bunch of, it's like Mario Party, but like on Cardano. So
that's the stuff that you have to have ADA because you're not going to like flip that yet, right? You just got
no. Yeah, that's just for fun.
And leave it, just leave it. But, don't go yet and do that. Just because we need our money for Clay Nation for real. Like I'm trying to mint. We need 200 ADA and then we need the Bake Nation. So gotta get in there.
There's so many good things.
Priority 1.
I know. There's so many good things that takes your attention off of.
Yes.
But it's fun. The space is just growing and lots of firsts and historic moments this week. And it was super fun. But yeah, that's all that I had prepped after almost 2 hours.
That was a good list.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun. Any other questions? I'm seeing some questions about Makasi or Makosi. I don't know if I'm saying it right.
Makasi.
She almost bought it when she came in, but we don't have any again. I know they were they resemble dummies. I figured they would make it. People like that.
I like the
cute
project
little
of
things,
Makasi
right?
though.
They reminded me of the Happy Hoppers and everything when she got one. That was her first NFT she bought by herself. So.
Oh yeah. I just decided I wanted one. I thought they were really cute.
They've run up now.
Cute. These little cats.
Yeah, I mean,
how are they doing?
475.
Oh,
it's a nice run.
I mean,
I sold around 250. I think I minted one, sold for 250. That was back a month or 2 ago. I was just wanting to get into other stuff, but I like the project, and then I was no hate. It was one of those I'm just trying to swing, or I'm like working on swinging. But there's good stuff.
Do you own Ape Society? I know you. I think you said that earlier. Huh?
Unfortunately.
Yeah,
party.
you got to talk about that right quick. But if you guys
gotta go for the Ape Society. All right.
but I want to tell you, just like Clay's, like they have a big nation, so they're gonna have the cabin mint, right? So they might have 10, 11,000 cabins and only got 7,000 apes, my man. So you can get in to try to do a cabin, bro. Then you can get Society Coin and frames in that, and they may have something to where they're partnering with space apes in the future, and you get some sort of, you know, you could put your space ape in the space bud in the frame and maybe get some sort of whatever, dude. But it's like it's crazy. And if you go look at today, they went up, Blake. They got the gallery that if you go way to top.
I saw that.
Seen that, and supposedly you can go in there and click it, and it's going to be like super high res.
Yep.
Like that. There's the 107,000. My man Upwind Strategy bought that for 107K. That's
the Edward one.
Yeah, that's the highest sale right there on the Ape Society.
107,000.
107K. He owns like I know he owns at least 256 apes. And he's on Twitter always telling it, you know, and that man right there, you know, the guy, he owns I think 2 or 3 kings. And yeah, it's super sick. And like that there, I believe you can take, you know, and then go get them printed out with really high resolution. That's just another thing. And they're about to do the website with the staking, with the click of a button, you know, staking in your frames. You know, your craft's gonna be able to build things to get money, dude. The Society Coin. This first epoch, you got to claim your Society Coin.
Yep, we just claimed our first one.
Yeah, so many amazing things. And if you've been in the spaces, they've been in there with us lately a lot. All 3 of the founders, Congo, Cardman, and Matassa, and they've been just, you know, just being so transparent and open, dude. They've been this. Then you know, the collectors have been super excited to hear them, you know, express their vision and where we're gonna go, because they're definitely a blue chip, bro. Yep. So, you know, I think you should check into them, and if possible, I don't think they'll ever drop below 1,500 again. You feel me? And it's like 1720 now, but the floor is very thin, you know. And it's one of those, Blake, that you need to have one, bro. You know, because you know within the next year, dude, they're doing things that no one else is doing on Cardano.
Yeah.
You're gonna see it really soon, like really soon. Yeah, our first video was like 4 weeks ago on them, 5 weeks ago on them. It was like 350, 400.
Right.
You know, and you know,
it's those things you look back on, like
one of the mint. Well, we own 12, but she's got the king and a zombie, so we doing all right with.
What's the king?
The king's
it's not a Medici though.
No, they got 35 kings, right? So it's the rarest. If you go into cnft.tools, they'll have, you know, you'll see the floor price. The king, they have 2 kings listed, and it's 333 and 350,000. Yeah. They had a king listed a week ago, 7-10 days ago for 55.6, and it sold within 30 minutes. You know, so you can go filter.
How much did it sell for?
55.6 thousand ADA within 30 minutes of being on the market.
Yep.
And it's like I said, this is an exclusive. If you go look at the hat.
The top one is the King's Crown.
Yeah, look at King's Crown, and you'll see only.
You minted a king?
No, we
bought one on secondary.
Wow.
She wanted to. That was how big. That was like a space bud. Like
that's a big one.
And now, if you look at price, go up there by rarity. If you click on
sort by rarity,
by price, and it'll show you the only 2. You know, only have 2 listed. That's the floor. Yeah. And if you look at the full, like the body, like the zombie, you know, take that off. Like the zombie floor is now like 52K, and there's only 37 of those. Yeah. You know.
So the big thing is going to be the staking. So everyone can stake their apes into the frames in the cabins, and you'll earn society token rewards. But the kings, there are 35 families, and there's 1 king per family, and you will earn 1% of your whole family's staked rewards. So that's a huge utility right there. And they said they're going to be adding more for the kings. You also have the roundtable access, which is only accessible for the kings and the devs. And so you can get in there and get clean access to everybody. Talk to Congo, Cardman, and Matassa, and they give a little bit more alpha in there to the kings that we don't share outside of it, and it just makes it more exclusive. So, but as you go down in the tiers, you don't just have to have kings. I mean, having each tier gets you a lot of society token if you stake them. And if you build by the craftsmen, so there's so much to go into.
Yeah,
so much.
Deep, man. Like I said,
wow, Chrissy with the big brain play.
She's
going for the King's crown.
Bro,
oh yeah, I didn't hesitate either.
Look,
I didn't hesitate.
Like it was one of those wallet scenarios. They had a king for 6, and again, I would never do it. I would have bought a bud, right? It's just, but when she gives me the green light, like your wife would have said, "Do it now." Like, we did it. So like I couldn't. They had a King Smith. It was a little better, right? Like for 6K, and they had hers for 75, and then like a zombie for 49.99. And I know people go for the full, they go for the rarities after a while. There's only 37 out of 7,000. So 35 of hers. But dude, I tried to transfer the money over. Literally, it was the JPG fail. It kept, you remember the trans, dude, this dude he sold one for 107K, that one.
Yeah.
And he went on a buying spree, this other cat. He was buying up king, and transactions were failing. So dude, literally 2 seconds after my money got into my wallet, the dude bought the 6,000 king.
Yes.
I was gonna buy that one, or she was gonna buy that one,
or we were each gonna get a king. Yes.
So I spent $7.
We were each going to.
Bro,
yes.
I spent $1,500. I ate them more than I had to, right? Just like because we FOMO, so we had to get. Then I bought the zombie, and I realized, damn, the king might have been where it's at, but
that one was gone. We couldn't even get it anyways.
The King's. Oh, Tal's in here. Oh no, he's gonna get mad at you for not having any yummy.
Don't yell at us.
That's cool.
It was a conviction play, bro, and she took it, and we're doing well on it.
So what do you see being in it all the time? Mm-hmm. What is the project? Because maybe because of Thor's roundtable, maybe because of Jay Crypto's thing that he does every week, it feels like a DAO.
No, it's nothing to do with a DAO. Hold on.
Well, that's
okay. Let me jump in here. Okay, all right. So what we bought into, right, was just to buy the art, right, and then whatever other utility that we're going to provide. The DAO is just a benefit, okay, that they're taking a percentage, like what is it, 5% of the JPG store royalties, and putting them in the treasury. Right now, it might be it's 150 to 175. I want to say it's closer to 175. Okay, then members that own an ape are able to go put a proposal like, hey, we're going to make a board game, right? We need 30,000 ADA from the treasury. We're going to make an Ape Society board game to where the royalties then get pushed back in there. Or, hey, this is Blake, we're going to go ahead and do a podcast to where we're going to promote only Ape Society stuff. Like, they'll give us the DAO. So it's nothing, it's real life DAO. Like, they don't want to buy NFTs. That's why it's not like rats. They want us to like, yo, come up with something collectively, like an Olympics, and like to get awareness. Like it's the DAO is a perk.
That was created actually by the community, by the members. That was not created by Cardman, Congo, and Matassa. They were just planning on doing the project, and it was kind of quiet and not a lot was going on. And so the community members said, is there any way that we could create something where we could take some of the money and put some part of the project out there, like put proposals in there and do different things that we want to get into? And they said, yes, we absolutely support that. Dude, and so it's a small part of the project. Wow. Sorry, you can't talk a little bit, Chronic. Like, you can't stand me.
I'm sorry. I can't. They changed the name of their project, homie. Like, yes, that's the type of DAO they are. Like, they're not trying to control anything. They want us to have $0, they said, in the treasury, because that means it's getting allocated and spent to making money for the DAO. Like, but they're not just gonna, it has to get collectively voted on, and you know how that is with rats. But yeah, I mean, dude, it's gonna be okay. So it's the value, it's the type of person that's in that community, dude. You're talking about some smart businessmen, dude. There are the 3 founders, and he's like a level 80 Congo. So talk about a dev being active, my guy, that has experience in NFT startup businesses. It's more like that type of alpha in a regular community, not buying into a hope of a fractionalization. Like, you've already provided that 99 mint, you already 17 times my money if you mint it for 99, in addition to everything else. Now they're throwing in staking your apes. Society coin was only 700 million. They got everything like computed down to the science, bro. You can have a society coin. The cabins to where you can make this metaverse cabin like you are, like Timmy does. Picture a Timmy room. You know, that's the type of thing they're gonna have, like a cabin, not like a big metaverse, but something easily clickable. What we just did with like, yo, sell me a space buzz, I have an auction, I have a cigar lounge, like something simple and feasible. And then they'll tell you and articulate their plan, bro, and they're there for you. Man, it's just the DAO is just the smallest part that they shouldn't even, be on the DAO round table, because that's just like a perk, a utility of their business. It's not their whole business plan.
Of the project. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man, it's just a perk, and man, just the alpha you can gain, just like in rats, right?
They're smart.
They're smart, dude. We have
really
Twitter
good.
Spaces, and just the communication and the knowledge you soaking up by having an ape, and brain, it's just, I think you need to have one. If it's going to be a blue chip next, it already is, but it's going to be there, bro. It's going to be up there.
We want to have something where we can really talk with all three of them, so everyone can hear them give their insights to the project and their backgrounds, because I think once everybody hears that, they're really going to want to jump in, because they're super knowledgeable and they can go back on all blockchains and talk to you about everything. They've had experience on multiple. So it's
the project's really deep, like Equine. You got to go deep. It's just it's that in Equine are the two projects that, dude, you have to understand what can be.
Yeah.
Like Equine, like you got to understand, bro.
Right.
Like, whoa, I can breed my this and this and this and this. It's a tough.
I understand that.
It takes
it's a little idea.
It's like, whoa, you got 7 floors plus a king, so it's not just a floor.
Multipliers, and it's really unbelievable.
So you got the craftsman, the artist, the explorer. So you got different floors, and we did like little short videos showing an ETH price too. So like the king's floor is 100 ETH, the next one is 16 ETH. So it's like showing that they're gonna get the ETH players in, because it's not just, hey, we're buying the floors. Like, nah, dude, they got 8 floors, bro. What's up? And that's not even counting the rare stuff like the zombies, the alien, the Cardano blues, and the then going in and snipe the rarity. So yeah, man, just sorry, brothers on the project.
All right, okay. So I have a chilled Kong. Would you and I only have a finite amount of ADA, so would you say I sell the Kong for an 8? I mean, the price, if the price was the same, I guess.
Damn, I think you should have them both. I think Al's gonna be mad at me. I think you should sell some yummies. No, listen, seriously, Blake, whatever in your wallet, if you had, bro, I don't suggest you getting rid of anything like a Kong or an 8 for each other. I think you need to add to your bag that's like from something that you have multiple that you can.
Right.
That's my opinion. Like, what's the point of having 6 of something, if you don't have 1 of something else? Like, if you can sell 3 of them and have 3 and then have exposure to this project, that's how I roll.
That's what we're doing.
And it's through trades, bro, and stuff. Because like you said, some people are going to want yummies. Wait till they get to 700 a floor. You got 6, whatever's your biggest bag, jump on off. And then you need some exposure. I mean, you don't have to tell, this is for me and you as a homie, like, and all the other homies, like, look at, like, they're all in it. Like, and it's gonna be there, and they got that level of roadmap coming up, dude, and the level of buyers and the holders, their diamond hand, like Cardano Shield, he's got over 6,000 NFTs. He's never sold one in his life. Yeah. He owns 81 apes. That's who you got. My man Slick and the Ghost Chain people are coming over. They're not selling NFTs, Blake.
Yep.
They're not selling them, so they're holding them, right? So, and that's the communities I want to be in, my dude. Like, where all the other chains from the other best communities, the top wallets come together, like the 2500 club, right? They hunt in packs, dude, right? Feel me? So same principle, bro. Like, we hunt in packs, bro, and same with cats and Kongs. Like you go in there, hey, you like this? Boom. That's why the floors rise when them come in, because they don't just come 1 or 2. We come with 30, 40 people, right? And then they come with multiple buys, because they believe in what they're buying into, bro. Like, so yeah, man, just looking at jumping there, dude. Come next Twitter space, I'm gonna DM you for real, because they are in there, all of them, dude, and it's recorded. And like Tal didn't believe in it, but now he would, and he does. Like, he sold his 3, but he now wishes he didn't, and it's all good. He knows what's up, so it's deep. he knows. That's my man. So yeah, bro.
Like,
All right. I'll listen to this again. Yeah, you're moving the needle. That's for sure. There's just, man, there's so many projects, not enough ADA.
That's the issue.
But you need to try, Blake, to get into the top. Like you said, you got into Bubs, right? So like look who's about to encroach into the top 5, Ape Society, right? Like once they do cabins, you think Boss Cat and the Rockets and the Estates are big. Like wait till the apes throw cabins, right? Like that's gonna like throw another. They're gonna get to 20 million like that, bro. Like it's gonna.
Mm-hmm.
They already at 10 mil, bro. That says something in 2 months.
10 mil's impressive.
I mean, in 2 months,
that's 2.4 more than Dead Pixels.
Hey, bro.
That's why I was saying
3,000.
You know, on how many sales like that to me is a blue chip.
3,000 less supply too, bro. There's only 7,000, not 10,000. So that there says more, right? I mean, there's less supply. There's gonna be more demand, and there's some big dudes that they're not getting rid of things, right?
Right.
Like just like Jake Shepard with the Kongs, he's trading for other things, but he still holds, 80% of his Kongs that he minted. He might have minted 720. He's still got 600 something Kongs.
Right.
He's making them smart moves, trading 54 Kongs for a gutter cat on ETH. He's trading for ape societies. That's what you do. You get into something, my dude, and you move. You don't have to sell it, right?
Yep.
Trade it, bro, because you're eliminating them fees as well. So.
Yep.
Yeah, man,
and don't get scammed. Trade in the right way.
Trading
Playmates escrow.
Playmates escrow.
Different escrows like that. Yes.
Trading 10 if you like it. But yeah, man, what's up. Just try to.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it seriously. I'll take it seriously.
Easy to say.
I keep getting it. I keep getting it said. I mean, I still don't have an OG Clay yet, for goodness sake.
But if you get a good Charlotte, you're fine as long as you're exposed. She had. I needed to get one because I needed to get them free drinks at the party, like Leonard said. I'm invited, but
he was allowed to come with me if he didn't have one. But
not all inclusive.
Well, Raul with the $5, appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. One of my OGs.
That's
one of my day ones. Appreciate you. I think we're coming to the end. This has been an awesome chat. Great live stream. Thank you guys for coming on. Informing me on all these different projects in Ape Society. When they have the next Twitter space, DM me. If I'm not at work, I will.
It'll be on Sunday.
It's usually
on Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't try to do a lot on Sunday, but I might make an exception.
No,
just to hear, man. But we appreciate you so much. Thank you for the exposure. Thank you for the kind words. Thank you guys for what y'all did last time for us, bro. That was a night we won't ever forget.
That was so fun. Yeah.
That was so wonderful. And last thing before you go, seriously, 208. Equine, you own some, right?
Yep.
All right, good. So we straight there. I don't need to preach to you on that.
Yep. I'm not as exposed as I'd want to be. I got three horses, jockey, and no skin, but three horses and a jockey.
That's all you need.
Definitely at least one.
That's it, brother. Well, hey, man, again, pleasure, brother. It was a wonderful time. We learned a lot too. And it's always fun to, get on here and talk with friends, man. Thanks again, Blake.
Yeah. If you guys haven't yet, please like the video so it gets out to more people. Of course, subscribe to the channel. Some of you people have been in here from the beginning. Cloud9, I've seen you a lot. Relic's been in here for a long time. John A, thank you. Raul, of course, for the super chat. And what was his? I forget his name. I'm so sorry. His chat was all the way. NFT Toe Dipper for the $5. Thank you for that. Simple Man's been in here for a long time. Yeah, for everybody who's been sticking around. Reddick. Anyways, thank you guys all for jumping in. Like and subscribe. This has been the CNFT Weekly Market Update with Chronic and Chrissy.
So glad to be here. I'm saying thank you to everybody in the chat right now. Thanks for joining in.
Appreciate everyone watching. Thanks again, Blake. It was wonderful, brother.
Have a good one.